There we go. Hey everybody, I figured I'd do a little bit more streaming today. I wanted to do a little bit more Genshin Impact. I actually had a really great time last time. So I figured I would go ahead and stream some Genshin Impact and then maybe do some Vampire Survivors. It's a really good roguelike that I wanted to stream for a little bit. I had it 100% with the exception of one of the secret characters. I can go into that maybe when we hop into that. If we hop into it, I'm not sure how much content is unlocking today because I still want to. I have a bit of artifact farming I'd like to do, maybe refine my Yelan artifacts a little bit, and I wanted to, this is the second part of like the new event that everything's unlocking. I wanted to kind of see how all that goes, just see how much time it takes. I still need to do my dailies. I'm not sure when I reset it the last time just so that it would maybe take. I had it for such a long time on just doing my dailies from Mondstadt, and I thought it might be fun to actually, try it from different regions, give that a try, just because I'm not super familiar with the other ones. But I figured, hey, why not? We'll try it. Um, but yeah, I figured we just hop into it. Um, and then kind of just see, because I'd like to stream for at least a few hours a day. I was having a hard time sleeping, and honestly I was just sitting there thinking, like, you know what, I'd like to play some Genshin Impact, maybe some Vampire Survivors. Super fun game, super like just great roguelike, but I still wanted to hop in and see what we could get done with the new Genshin content. So let's hop into it. Oh, what was this? Oh, my check-in reward. Yeah, I remember seeing it's actually Paimon's birthday today, which I was really surprised. Very, very close to my IRL birthday, just a few days off. And I thought it was just a little bit funny. Very much suits, it's talking about like food, having to fit all of our wishes in one sentence. But at the end of the day, I was really thinking like, honestly, again, I mentioned it last stream. I know some people find kind of Paimon a bit annoying, but at the end of the day, if we didn't have Paimon, it's the same thing as if we didn't have companions in games or even in, sometimes in real life. It changes the dynamic of the game. I can't imagine a lot of these cutscenes without Paimon or obviously the Traveler, but everything else. So I just thought it was really a little bit sweet. But yeah, let's just hop into it. I figured we'd see again what unlocks today. I still need to do my dailies, all that basic stuff, and then we'll kind of move on from there. But I thought that the second or the new part of the quest unlocks, I thought it was kind of hilarious. We just kind of left everyone sitting in their various spots, like Kuki Shinobu, Ito, Yelan, and Yanfei, just kind of hanging out in the underground area. So I figured we'd go give them a hand, just because I guess they can't teleport out canonically. So back to the chasm we go. And it looks like Spiral Abyss reset. Like I mentioned last time, I really am not a big, like, I'm gonna 36 star, clear 12 floor. I usually just do, like, the floor maybe 9 and 10, maybe 11, just because, again, I hate, obviously, to miss out on any extra, like, Primo Gems, obviously, that's always very nice, but I'd rather just enjoy the game. I've raged out other games, geez, like, it's why I was mentioning to my friends the other night, I'll never stream League, like, I don't really play the game anymore, but I love the MOBA genre. I feel like I'm okay at them. I'm a big like ARM player just because I like the randomness, the full fighting, the chaos. But I just always feel bad just because like, well, I'm not really one to start typing, and getting mad at people. I just always feel bad whether it's happening to me or happening to someone else. So I just want to make like a wholesome stream, you know. So I figured we'd just try and have some fun. I saw some crazy stuff though for Yalen already. People were making guides. People were doing all this knowledgeable content. I'm like, man, I don't even really know what I'm doing still. But what was really crazy was I saw my least favorite domain in the game. Just full clarity, and the reason why my EULA isn't past 889, despite being like one of my main DPSs that I use, is this domain right here. I really don't enjoy it. But they used Mona, Yelan, Kazuha, and Venti, and they literally just annihilated that domain. It was crazy. Like, usually what I do is I do like a Zhongli, Hu Tao, maybe a healer, depending, one other sub DPS, and I just struggle through it. But I just really don't enjoy it. I don't know if it's optimal. I know I've heard people talking about like you can do like jump cancels with Hu Tao dash attack, and I do FC1 randomly for Hu Tao. I usually just do a quick little right click, just quick little dash cancel, but that eats up stamina. So when I'm, trying to make the most of that in this particular domain, it gets really painful. But they literally just use like Kazu and Venti, neither of which I had. Like I mentioned last stream, I'm not a big Geo player or a big Animal player, even though I know, especially Animal can be incredibly strong. That's why I was thinking about getting Kazuha. But they use both of them to alternate Kazuha as well as Venti's kind of AoE, the ability to kind of bring things together. And then Yelan's burst just annihilated everything. Even though his Hydro into a Cryo Shield is pretty crazy. But I don't even think I have the optimal build. I would like to continue farming Tenacity of the Millilith, because I also need to farm Pale Flame for Eula. I've just had really bad luck with relics. I honestly don't think I have a gotten terrible luck compared to some of my normal luck, but I'd obviously like to continue refining the relics of characters that I think I might play, and I really do like Galen. I like her design. Again, I've never been a big Xingqiu player, but I do really, oh, wait till the next day, but I do really like the idea of like the Hydro Applicator, you know? Um, and I kept telling myself, oh, I'm gonna level my Jingqiu, I'm gonna level my Raiden National characters. But then I just never kind of did. And I continued to play Raiden Eula just because I like the comp. Like, I think Raiden and especially, like, Raiden, I don't think Yamiko's bad, but I think Raiden, for the very start of things, you know, was really what started the presence of any Electro, like, in the meta or any just being viable. And it just makes every other team just feel so much better. I swear, like, it's so good. But, oh, and here we hop in with Kuki Shinobu's roasted lavender melons. She very much seems like she just takes care of Ito quite a bit. I'm sorry, Paimon. Gotta reflect on the fact that, like, they've been here for, like... Well, for us it's been IRL a couple days, but I'm sure for... You know, I can't imagine just be sitting in this cave, unable to do anything. I'd have an anxiety attack, honestly. That's part of the reason why I can't sleep, is, like, anxiety, depression, man. It gets to you, but... Anyway, let's listen to this.
Paimon longs to stretch her legs and run free in the world outside again. Alright, fly free then. Basically, Paimon just wants out of here.
Oh, it's been a whole day. That is crazy, though. Apparently it has been a whole day in their time. That's crazy. I wonder if Kuki Shinobu just randomly had enough lavender melons. Like, we keep hundreds of thousands of mats in our bag, but, like, if this was, like, somewhat real, I know they have basically magic, but...
Just a day? No, it feels like we've been down here for months. Maybe not months, but at least like 20 days, surely.
Yo! Thought I heard you chatting over here.
Hi, Ito. Hi, everyone.
Oh, hey, Bullchucker. Well, everyone, I just
Continuing with the name
completed
calling.
another survey of the surrounding area. Still nothing has changed today.
That is a little bit...
Have some water and take a
terrifying.
rest.
Thank you, Shinobu. It's easy to forget to keep hydrated down here.
You should stay hydrated in general, everyone.
Out!
Sure.
I want out! All I want is to cruise the streets and have beetle fights again.
Boss, remember there's
Stealing
your image to
candy
consider.
from children.
But it's so boring.
Losing beetle
Walking
fights to
around
other
this boulder every
children.
day. If only I could slurp some ramen and see the beautiful flowers again.
Ramen? Wait a minute.
Oh?
Speaking of ramen, Traveler,
You
are
hungry?
you hungry?
I would imagine if we'd been down here for a day eating nothing but lavender melons, we'd be pretty hungry, but maybe that's just me. But
I'm
really
not
good about
hungry
that.
either. But let me pose the question this way.
It's probably
Who
either
is the
Paimon or
biggest eater
Ito,
among
isn't it?
us?
It's gotta be
It's
one of the two.
definitely not me.
She looks at Ito.
Hey, what's everybody looking at me for?
Yeah.
It's definitely not me. If anyone, it's this one right here.
What are you looking at Paimon for?
That's kind of
Paimon.
funny.
Are you hungry? No. Paimon's not hungry. Why do you ask?
If that's the case.
Huh?
Maybe there is something weird with
what am I
time down
missing
here. Yeah, but I felt like that was maybe a bit of an exaggeration, to be fair.
Yes, I heard that too as I was walking over. The question is, how can you not feel hungry even after 20 days?
Yeah, and I only feel like it's been about one day. But to be fair, I wonder if maybe it is something weird with like the time, because yeah, it's no, that is interesting. I hadn't even considered that when we did the first part of the quest line in the event, but and I wonder if maybe it's like relative to their time, you know, because like Paimon's probably one of the youngest here. I don't know how she is canonically, but you know. And then the Traveler, I think I've mentioned it before, but I think I've heard the quote, like, the Travelers have been old enough to, like, see stars rise and fall. It was something like that, you know? And so, maybe for them, a good chunk of time only feels like it's been less
That's
time.
also
It's a little bit scary. I wouldn't want to be immortal,
Of course,
honestly.
everyone has different perceptions of the passage of time. But how could one person feel like it's only been one day and someone else 20 days?
Now that you mention
It's
it,
like riding
I
in
feel
the
like
car
we've
with
been
kids.
here 3, 4, 5 days, but I don't feel hungry or thirsty at all.
That is good.
Although I
That
cooked
is good,
some
actually,
food,
so we
it
don't
wasn't
die.
because I was hungry. I just wanted to keep our spirits up. I was planning on saving our rations so we could survive a few more days, but I haven't really felt hungry since. Now that I think about it, not only am I not hungry, but I don't feel any real signs of fatigue either. Whether I sleep or not doesn't seem to have any effect on how I feel.
Interesting.
Yes, I concur. Resting doesn't make me feel more refreshed, and staying awake doesn't make me any more tired. Very peculiar.
Huh.
It's almost as if our
Interesting.
physical state has been suspended. The more you say, the scarier it sounds. Paimon doesn't even want to think about it.
I wonder if Zhao's experiencing the same phenomenon. We don't even know if Zhao's still here. For all we know, he jumped straight out the hole before it
What's wrong,
closed.
Traveler? Did you think of something?
Oh, so I'm sure he's probably fine.
That's pretty weird. Sounds like the little dude must be in danger.
Zhao
But
could
he
probably
is an
beat
Adeptus.
the...
This kind of
Yeah, I was gonna say,
situation should be no
like...
trouble for him. I fear that this problem underground is bigger than we thought.
The chasm seems very mysterious, for sure.
I
When are
found
Yelan?
something,
Oh,
everyone.
speak of the devil. Anyway,
I just discovered a new path over there that seems to lead to an unknown area.
did it
You
just
mean a way
appear?
out? Oh, finally!
Yeah, let's go have a look. But we all looked and searched like every nook and cranny. It didn't seem like it was a very big area. I wonder.
Yay, you found something! Oh,
Interesting.
please be the exit!
I still suspect things can't be that simple. We should all stay prepared for whatever comes.
You're wise. I really did wonder how the Arataki gang functioned with the people that were in it and Ito.
As I was examining the wall,
Shinobu makes things make a lot more sense for sure.
Unusual about this stone. Seems to me that it's been created using some illusory magic. Hidden behind it lies a
Interesting.
passageway.
Whoa! So there really
Oh,
is a path behind
at
here!
least we're not just stuck here.
Had to hand it to ya. That sure wasn't easy to find. But at least we can finally get out of here.
Yeah, thanks to Yelan. I mean, it goes back to the whole thing they were mentioned, like when it comes to dealing with stuff like this, she was probably, I think Yanfei was in it, like probably the most qualified of us here. Like, we dealt with like crises, you know, obviously we're like the saviors of Liyue. We helped with the Vision on Decree, but it's not quite the same as like, I don't know how to explain it. It's different, you know?
Miss Yelan's determination and eye for detail are certainly impressive.
It is her job.
Not to mention, you've hardly had any rest the whole time we've been trapped here.
Well, to be fair,
Doesn't
we did
matter.
mention that,
I'm
yeah.
not tired.
That is interesting though.
Well, given we're
That for days on
already
end and
here,
not get tired, that's
might as well
scary.
go in and
Honestly,
have
I
some
like
fun.
sleeping. Just letting everything go. I always have a hard time getting to sleep, but, you know? Kind of just getting to lay down and forget about the stress of the day, like, that's honestly pretty nice. Is this going to be another domain that leads us back to the same place, though? City of Hidden Runes. Recommended elements, Geo. I'm just gonna say we'll be fine, and then if it actually is an issue, we'll just have to hop back out and grab a Geo character, but I can't imagine it's like, okay, the symbols of the platform on different colors and images. Matching the other seems to be the key to the puzzle. Yeah, okay. If you step on the correct symbol, it will be activated. If you take damage if you step on the wrong one. Search for and activate all the symbols on the platform. Okay, so we'll have to figure that out. Good thing we brought a healer. Okay, I don't know where they mean by stepping, but is it through these portals? This portal has the, so from this direction we have the center, the orange, purple, green, and blue. Okay, try to keep that in mind. I'm already going to forget for sure, but it was blue on this side, purple to the right. Are we still going to be able to see it?
Is that you?
Oh,
Hey, did anyone else just hear that voice? It sounded super creepy.
do we need to hit these? Interesting. Guess we'll just keep going in this direction maybe? That is bizarre. So we're in like some kind of sphere almost. Just with platforms instead of... I guess that would make it more of a box now, wouldn't it? Kind of just the curved architecture made me feel like it's a sphere, but it's a box. It's a box. Alright, so I'm looking around. So you have to step on the correct ones. So can we only see... I didn't look at the other platforms really when I was here. But maybe this is because it's the opposite one. Traveling. See, like right here, that makes me feel like looking at this one, it almost makes me feel like it's supposed to be for like plus signs. So let's run over there, see if we can't figure this one out. Hopefully those runes will stay on the ground. Okay.
No. What? Hit me.
Oh.
Fight.
sort
Ow.
of battle taking place here?
I don't
wonder
get
who
it.
could be involved.
Okay. I was gonna say, I mean, I'm gonna step on all of them eventually. So there's the center, right? I don't get it. That would make me think it's one of the ones over here. Maybe not this. Nope. Nope. Center, right. Maybe it's the right one? Oh. I was gonna be completely honest, that took me a little bit, but I don't really get it still.
Quietly
I'm gonna maybe need to try some of the other ones. Maybe I'll get it after a sec, but
Beg for mercy.
Genshin's really good about making some interesting puzzles too. Like, you have to consider this is a mobile boarded game too. Like, even if just destroys the space on your phone, like, this is made to be able to play it on mobile. So, I'm not seeing the pattern. I really struggle with thinking outside the box. Like, I was really good at like science, but I mean at math, but I struggled with science just for this kind of same reason. Is when there's a definitive answer, which to be fair with the pattern there definitely is. I have an easier time seeing it than when I have to kind of think outside the box. I do struggle with that. Oh. Okay. The light shippers on the platforms will shine unique beams of light upon the platforms opposite them. Operate these devices to control the position and direction of those beams of light. The light shippers may be used to cast their light on large symbols on the platforms opposite them, thereby activating the symbols. Activating all the large symbols seems to be the key. Okay, so we're trying to activate the symbols on the opposing platform. Okay, can I rotate it? Yeah. Q. Should probably rotate it the other way. I feel like this one's got to be like this angle right here. Okay. Okay, that seems about right. Yeah. Then this one, let's rotate it this way. Yeah, okay. Interesting. I don't think I got that all the way. Oop. Never mind, I did. Perfect. Okay. So, yeah, so really it does seem as though the one directly opposite the base one, there wasn't anything on. So let's hop over to this one maybe? Just go in a circle. We may need to heal up Eula in a bit because I definitely am not getting the symbols in my head quite correctly.
It's still alive. Why would you become like this? I won't attack you.
That sounds like Shell.
You
Could he
can
be in trouble?
Whoa, sounds like
Maybe
someone
yes.
forgot to invite us to the fight. Let's go and help him.
Yeah, but how are we
I
gonna
wonder.
find him?
That is an interesting audio effect too. Almost like it's cutting out just a little bit, but is it the symbols that match the opposite side maybe? It's like this one has lines directly from the corner. Oh. Maybe it's the symbols that match the points on the other one. The one directly above us. Nope. Nope. Okay, that's not it. Yeah, that doesn't appear to be it. I'm trying to figure out the pattern just so I'm not just running around like a chicken with my head cut off on the later ones. That's... I don't get it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I looking for the exact same symbol? Like this water one with all the forks. I'm gonna have to look this up maybe later and just start running all of them. But okay, it doesn't appear as though there's symbols on the other side. So 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't get it. It's not this one. I'm figuring like obviously you can just do the whole try and error deal.
Good grief.
Sorry. I'm sorry, you. Oh gosh. It doesn't. Like, I'm looking at this. That just seems to light up when you've completed the light puzzle for it, so I almost think that it's... I'm so confused. We've tried these two. What? So it's 3 on one of them, 1 on the other.
Torn to oblivion.
I feel like this is going to be one of those puzzles where I'm going to look it up or I'm going to maybe hopefully figure it out and I'm going to feel real dumb. I already feel pretty dumb. Okay. Here's our lights. This part's at least pretty easy. Just gotta make sure that you're finding the ones that have the same distance. So here, we're looking for 2 symbols that are about that distance apart. Is the other one, so this one, the other one is farther apart, so that makes me think that it's just this. Which does appear to be the case. Nothing too complicated here. Which is why, like this isn't complicated at all. It makes me really feel like maybe there's just something real simple about these puzzles that I'm not getting in terms of stepping on the correct platforms. Interesting. So we haven't done the purple and the, yeah, I think we have to go this way. Quite a lot of platforms on this one, which means a lot of margin for error. Is there not even anything on this side? Wait, are we just trying to find the symbols that are the exact same as that one? Is that what it is? Okay. So there's like a line. It almost looks like a sword with a P with a line underneath. So it's not that one. Maybe it's this one. Are you kidding me? Is it actually that? I feel so dumb. Is it actually just finding the correct symbols? Oh my gosh. No way. I'm so dumb. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I was sitting there trying to find like a pattern on the opposite ceiling. Oops. Trying to figure out what it was I was not getting. And it turns out you just have to find the correct symbol. Are you? And it took me half of them to figure that out. That is real awkward. I'm glad I figured it out, but I knew it was going to be something that I would find out and I'd be like, why am I so stupid? Alright. Now then, this one is the bigger distance one, so it's this one. In theory. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no, don't want to leave the domain. Alright, and then should be... Yep, here we go. Slightly turn this. I feel so dumb. It's unreal. I feel so dumb. It was I'm sitting here like, there's got to be some kind of... It's literally just matching the symbol that's right there. Oh my gosh. I told you I'm terrible. This wasn't even really thinking outside the box. This was just me being stupid. But still. Oh man, dude. That is unfortunate. Alright, what was the green symbol? So the green symbol was like a crown inside a box almost. So not this one, this one. I was just so confused. I was like, I don't understand. Where's the pattern? It should be this one. And this one. Did I miss one? Yeah, there's one here. Alright, perfect.
There is no escape. Game's up.
I'm not sure what the correct order is here. I think you're supposed to actually start with E. Oops. Oh. I wanted to get the quick. There we go.
Freeze to the core.
I'm definitely not playing Yelan often. Like I said, I saw that crazy Kazuha Venti Mona Yelan clear, and it blew my mind because, like, obviously I don't have that same. I know you can use Sucrose for a similar effect with Viridescent set, which I don't have a Viridescent set farmed, nor do I have Sucrose leveled. That might be a worthwhile investment. That said, you know, I've kind of just been taking the Unga Bunga run at things, try and destroy him, you know, approach. Whereas, like, I know super optimal players have, like, actual optimal strategies and everything, and it's impressive. What is it? I mean, oh, this isn't the same as the other ones. Okay, is this a... Yeah, okay, it's this way. I was wondering if they're gonna pull a switcheroo on us and do that. There we go. Well, that should be the last one. I do wonder, maybe Zhao is actually in danger. I just didn't expect he would. I know we've helped him in the past, obviously, with things, but in terms of just pure fighting, I would assume he's one of the characters that aren't, you know, as far as non-Archon characters goes, those kind of, them and the Harbingers kind of are, you know, obviously exceptions. But I had been curious, like, I would assume of everyone, you know, the Vigilant Yaksha, everyone talks about how powerful it is. I would be really surprised if it was like he was losing a straight up fight. Do we just have to hop down that hole?
Ground has
Dissolved. There was something on the opposite platform. Interesting.
That little dude called Xiao down there? We gotta help him.
Zhao is pretty short, actually. I don't think you should say that to his face.
What's this?
It appears to be a small fissure.
in
What can you
the
possibly
world.
find inside? It can't be a living person, can it?
Ito, Ito, okay. And say don't do it. It's interesting.
Demons? Xiao, is that you?
That's not
Quit
good.
trying to scare.
Huh? Wait,
Oops.
is this some kind of illusion? Paimon can't touch him!
Wonder if it's like a
Conqueror of
reflection.
demons, can you hear us?
What happened? Are you okay?
Hello.
Stop calling. Why do Paimon and Ito want to start fights like indirectly? I don't even know if they're doing it on purpose, but like they're gonna cause some issues.
Oh, he finally said something!
Oh,
We followed your voice and found you here, but it's kind of strange. We can't touch you. How did you become an illusion?
Can he even hear us? Right up there it goes.
an illusion. Talk about a coincidence. We were just thinking you went missing and stuff, and
Yeah.
then we heard the sound of you fighting. Pretty lucky we found you, if you ask me.
Does he
didn't get
look
hurt, did you?
normal, Ito?
Coincidence. Wait. Something's not right. Something's wrong with this domain. Leave now.
We shouldn't.
Get out of there.
I mean, we should maybe. Should we help?
If he can, we should have him regroup with us as soon as possible.
Again, I don't think that's actually
Tell us
just
what
him.
happened,
Surely
and
that's
where
like
you are
a
now.
reflection
We'll
or
come find
something, you know?
Immediately.
Maybe not. Reflection's not
Your
the right word,
safety
but
is
you know.
the top priority. It seems this space can.
Oh.
He disappeared.
Uh.
Where'd he go? It sounded like he might be injured. We need to go
Interesting.
help him.
It seems the only option we have to explore any further is through that entrance over there.
Yeah.
Huh, he's injured and telling us to be careful? It's not like we're in any danger
We've
here.
been in like a time
Anyway, the
lapse
secret
place
behind
for
whatever's
like
going on should
a
be
while,
escape,
Ito.
right? Don't worry, little dude. Ito's
Although,
on
you know,
the way.
if he's actively
Boss,
hurt, that
please
is a
don't
little
go
different.
charging ahead. You're an Oni, not some hunting dog.
Don't worry, I'm invincible.
Well, if that isn't instant karma.
Looks pretty deep.
I mean,
Be
people say
careful, everyone.
confidence is key, and he does have quite a bit of confidence. That is something he has in spades. Door of Resurrection activated. Oh, gotta go over to Ito. We've been turned back into Lumine. That's also interesting. My Lumine isn't leveled anymore. She used to be somewhat, but she only has 9k health. Jeez. Alright. Hey, Ito, what's going on? Also, how did you fall on your butt if there was water below?
How's your ear?
Zoom straight in on his.
My butt is tough.
Did you fall on the
Go
land and
ahead,
not the
you can
water?
Cry if it hurts. I promise I'll try not to laugh.
What do you mean try not to laugh?
Oh my gosh.
You should be feeling some serious sympathy for me right now.
But wouldn't
Okay.
feeling sorry for you be a violation of your dignity? Besides, it's harder not to laugh when I'm not the one in pain.
Jeez. Huh? Oh. Ooh, she just straight up touched his butt. Paimon.
Paimon, don't laugh.
Oh, poor
It's
Ito.
okay, everybody. If you want to laugh at him, just let it out.
Don't you have a heart, Shinobu? Oh, and people think I'm the monster.
Wait a second.
Well,
Xiao's not here, but
what do you mean? Is that it? We've been staring straight at it this entire time.
Place here, don't you think?
We do see
Maybe
big
it's some
doors like
sort
this
of,
just randomly throughout
I don't
Tibet,
know,
though,
an emergency
as
shelter?
domains.
There was a picture book I read once that said nice people sometimes build cabins in dangerous places so that anyone in trouble can take shelter inside. Our little dude must be inside then.
Oh my gosh. He might be in there. Don't agree with him, Paimon.
I
You-
wouldn't be too sure about that.
Ah.
Any person with a normal sense of danger wouldn't be so optimistic.
Wow, Bullchucker.
Yeah.
Looks like your
Oh.
subordinate is telling
Oh my
you
gosh.
what's right.
You were just agreeing with him, now
Oh,
you're
I
picking a
believe
fight
she
with
was
him
talking to
again.
both of us. Yeah, so you can wipe that smug smile off your face. All right, watch and learn, Shinobu. This is why I'm the boss and you're the deputy. If no one is macho enough to open the door, then allow me. Step aside.
Oh, he's gonna get himself hurt again. Maybe we should help him.
Once this door's open, we are out of
Is he gonna ram himself into it? Wasn't there like a device? There's a device right there, Ito. that clearly looks like it opens the door. Might need a key though. Gee. Didn't even need a key. It didn't even need a key. Just, oh no, is that beans? Get out of here, Ito.
Be
Run.
gone. You heard me. Get out of here.
Ah!
Those are probably beans.
Am I seeing things, or was there someone behind the door?
Oh, closed again. Interesting.
Nah, can't be. You're just saying things.
Why don't we just open the door
Interesting.
again and see?
Who? Me? Oh, all right. I'll open it again.
I wonder how close he has to be to it. Because if those are beans, last time we pegged him with them and he started dying. So, like,
All you do is goof around all day. You're a bad influence to our child.
okay.
Be gone.
Well, I'm a little bit close there, man.
Those people are carrying bowls.
They are beans.
Bowls full of beans.
Ito probably
What's
shouldn't
that
go
all
in
about?
there.
People throw beans to drive out Oni. Boss is an Oni, so they throw beans at him to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Pride of my life. What are people from Inazuma doing in a place like this anyway?
You're from Inazuma and you're in a place like this.
You're a person from the
Yeah.
too, you know.
Hey, let's get one thing straight,
Yeah.
all right? I'm not a person. I'm an Oni.
Right, but that's
Oh,
not the
so we're
point.
taking away
The
your
question
rights.
is, does this door lead to Inazuma?
Uh,
How could that
I
be
don't
possible?
think that's possible. Open the door again and see if anything changes. Maybe someone else should open the door. Does it have to be Ito every time? I
You
probably
guys
shouldn't
go
have
right
brought it up.
ahead. I'm not opening it again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if
Who's
someone
up?
else opens it, will
How
it open up to a
about
different scene?
Paimon? Why don't you open it?
Jeez.
Somebody else do it. Paimon's scared.
All right, I'll try.
But if she does it, will it
That's
also
our
be Inazuma?
Shinobu. Now, don't
I was
let
hoping to
what's
see
behind that
someone from
door push you
Leo or
around,
maybe the...
okay?
I don't know if I want to see what
Alright,
happens if the Traveler
let's see
opens
what's
it, maybe.
behind the door this
Could be
time.
something crazy. Is Aether about to just pop up out of nowhere? Oh? Is it the same room? Is that our mother?
Still reading, Shinobu. Listen, young lady. You should keep your nose out of those books and start taking my advice. I've already found you a perfectly good job as a shrine maiden at the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Yeah, but she hated it. She
You'll
wasn't
be
happy.
far better off there than...
Shinobu, who is that?
No way. Was that who I think it was?
Oh, this is embarrassing. That voice was my mother.
Yeah,
This is
I
one
figured.
place I wasn't counting on having to hear that speech again.
Your
That's
mother
alright.
wanted you to become a shrine maiden?
The whole reason I came to study in Liyue was because I didn't want to become a shrine maiden. My family never approved of my studies, so they wanted me to work in the Grand Narukami Shrine after I returned to Inazuma.
From what we know about
Which
Lady
probably caused her to
Kuki,
rebel.
it seems
Maybe
being
it's
a
why
shrine
she's in the
maiden is
game.
a pretty cushy job.
Think of it this way. Some cats can be domesticated and
I
kept in
don't
the
know if I
house,
would
while other
say
cats are
that
meant to survive in the
Yanmiko's
wild.
domesticated,
As for
Shinobu.
me, I need complete freedom and space.
That's fair.
Although I do admit that being a shrine maiden is a decent job, it's just not for me.
That's right. Your calling is with the gang. I mean, just look at you. You rock. You're totally hardcore. Come on, am I the only one with chills right now?
Here you go,
It's
Ito.
true. You've got a good thing going.
He's got a good spirit.
What's
He's
most
just...
important is that you enjoy what you do.
He's got good intentions.
Gotta agree with you there.
From the look of it, what's behind the door can change. And not only that, it always changes to something that
That's why
nobody
sometimes
wants to
even
see.
people with
So,
all the money in the world or all
how
the...
are we gonna get through that?
You would think they'd have the happiest
Dad,
life.
we
They
have
might
that
not be
little kid
happy,
waiting
you
for
know?
us to save him.
You have to
We
find
need
what
to
makes
get
you
our rear
happy.
in gear.
Would any of you
We
like to give it
we
a try?
do need help, Xiao. I feel like
No thanks. I prefer
yeah.
not to open it if only something terrible awaits. If anyone's going to find a way through, it's
But you're our
not
like
going
super
to be me.
detective.
Why?
He probably
Because
has a
I don't
darker
buy it,
past.
That's why. I don't believe for one second that we're gonna find the conqueror of demons by going through that
I don't
door.
want to
So
antagonize
I'm sure
Jalen,
as
but I
heck not gonna be the one to get
really
us
want to
through.
see what would
Not
happen
gonna
if she
lie,
opened it.
You don't really sound like you have much of an imagination.
All right. I'll try.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen
my
if Jean Fei.
savior. Show 'em
Do
what
you have any
you're made
phobia,
of.
Jean Fei? Interesting. was that really? I mean, like, it was obviously things that they feared or things that haunt them from their past. You know, Ito being chased out with beans, um, you know, being unwanted when he's such a, I'd say lovable, but he picks fights with everyone. But you know, I'd still say, you know, overall lovable guy. You know, he wants to be kind. He's just a little bit thick-headed. Same thing with like Shinobu. You know, just things like that can really take a deep root inside of you. So I really do wonder what
I'm sure
it
I
might be
probably
with
do, but
Yanfei.
nothing springs to mind right now. Anyway, I suppose I'll find out once I open the
It does
door.
seem to be pretty much the same room, though, interestingly. Like an almost... Well,
You old
is this slightly
geezer.
different?
Out of 8 pounds of salt, today you gave away 3 for free, sold 2, and exchanged 3 for booze. How
Oh.
much money did you actually make in the end?
Just trying to do a good deed.
But didn't you tell me to sell things as I pleased? Why can't
You gotta
I
be able to
give the
take care of
customer
yourself,
something
but
for free?
he's trying to do something
You
kind.
fool! You told the old man next door to come and fetch the salt. Well, he
Oh,
broke his
no.
leg on the way over, and now his son is asking for compensation.
Well, trying to be kind can backfire. Is she maybe
A civil dispute.
civil dispute? I think she's maybe that's why I don't think I could be a lawyer though. Is could you argue a case that maybe legally favors your a client, but yeah. But do you support what's maybe potentially correctly
So you mean
legal
you don't
wise,
like
but
handling disputes over petty matters.
maybe petty.
Not
I was thinking it more like morality, you
what I
know.
mean is that I don't like working with people who cannot let go of trivial grievances, especially if the kind you saw
That
just
also makes
now.
sense.
They start with good intentions, but end up making a big fuss. It's not long before those good intentions plunge into injury and accidents.
Yeah.
It's always a shame.
Like dude is just trying to do a good
It's my
deed and
desire to solve problems for people. That's why I became a legal advisor. It just seems that I still can't fully comprehend the complicated minds of some people.
you can't grasp what everyone's thinking every
I
time.
understand what you mean. The human mind is probably both the most complicated and tragic of things.
I suppose there's no need to discuss this any further. Does anyone else want to try the door?
Don't look at me. I told you, I'm not taking a chance with that thing.
She does seem like maybe
We're
she's
a team
had a
here.
tragic
If you're not
past.
gonna try, then at least give us a convincing reason why.
She does kind of give off the flags to maybe someone who
In
has.
that case, let me be perfectly clear. I serve Ningguang, the Tianxuan of the Qixing. The scope of my work includes some of Liyue's biggest secrets.
Maybe that too.
The chances are, if I open this door, there
Oh.
can be no witnesses left alive. Is that a sufficient reason for you?
Oh,
I mean, like-
yeah, sounds impressive.
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
Shinobu,
Ito.
She's
Not a good
someone who
time.
won't let you walk out of the chasm alive if she finds out that you're prying into her secrets.
Is she
Plus,
really
you
that
really
vicious
do need
to?
work on learning who's who in the world
Huh.
these days.
I didn't think that
look,
Ningguang was
I
that
knows
cutthroat.
what I
but
needs to knows.
They capitalized the second the S's.
Oh, now Paimon gets it. Yelan works for Ningguang.
The entire Qixings work for
Yes,
for
which is
Ningguang, no?
precisely why I was trying to keep her secret. We should avoid letting Yelan open this door. What about you, Traveler? Would you like to try?
Are we gonna see
Go
either?
for it,
That's the.
Traveler.
I mean, that's the only person I could imagine.
Never know who could be behind that door. Maybe it could even be Shell.
Maybe
I say give it a shot. Who knows? Maybe little dude is waiting for us
Yeah.
on the other side.
she's thinking the same thing I was thinking. Yeah, we are always looking for someone. Tragically enough, is he gonna be saying something mean though?
So, wait. What's Paimon looking at?
Was it not the same like room design? Is it something? It wasn't. Is this the abyss? I thought maybe it was slightly different. It looked very similar between Shinobu and Ito, but oh, is this what I feared? The exit is trying to trap me here. Yeah, I really had wondered because it's not as though Lumine is necessarily from Tibet. It could be something else entirely. Just dumped us out. Well, at least we were able to get out immediately. I wonder though, if that was the abyss, what could it have been?
Hey, there you are. You sure had Paimon scared.
We were the only one that just straight up like disappeared.
You went in. Everyone was super worried about you.
Interesting.
Are you okay?
Yeah, we seem fine, but I think Lumine's a little bit shaken up.
Did you find anything, Traveler?
I was expecting to hear Aether's
Did
voice.
you find the person we want to rescue inside?
No, we didn't
Judging
find
by
anyone.
the look on your face, I'm guessing you saw something a little unpleasant.
I don't know
in there?
really what that was. I'm genuinely a little confused, but behind the door I saw. She said like the abyss, maybe it couldn't have been Conry. We don't. The darkness of the abyss that took my twin away. Well, like apparently, you know, the opposite twin of the one you chose was like present in Conry and everything, which we know so precious little about. I wonder if maybe that's what it is.
How could that be? Don't worry. Paimon will keep searching for him with you. Cheer up!
Thank you. See,
Stupid door! I'll smash
you
you to pieces!
already tried that, Ito. Don't do it again.
If Paimon wasn't feeling so exhausted, she'd help
We're now
out
actually
too.
starting to feel a change in like our.
Hey, what is this?
Interesting.
Nap time?
Can you sleep when you're flying, Paimon? But we weren't getting like tired or
So
feeling
let me
more
get this
refreshed when
straight.
sleeping, so maybe
Not only did we not find
we've
shelter
avoided
that
the
day, we
kind of
saw
stasis
all the
we're in.
things that we wish to avoid. I'm starting to have a very
What do you mean
ominous
we,
feeling about
Yelan?
this
You didn't
domain.
you didn't see.
It's constantly changing, and its changes seem to be targeted at us.
What do you mean?
Interesting.
I feel the same way. We need to watch our every step. There is definitely more to this place than meets the eye.
I concur.
Yeah, it does seem so.
We came here following the Conqueror of Demons, but we ended up only finding a strange door. The things we've encountered on the other side of that door are equally strange. It shows us whatever we fear the most. We're in a space that defies common logic.
What is the chasm?
On top of that, I'm starting to feel tired after that experience.
Yeah,
But
this
I
was
thought we'd
wondering.
established that getting tired doesn't happen down here.
Is it that that's changed,
The
or is it like it
phenomenon
drains
hasn't
energy,
reached a
maybe?
lethal
Because
stage just yet. Otherwise, we would have starved to death without
did the
eating for
door
so
change
long.
something? Because Yelan doesn't seem to be
Starting
tired,
to
though
worry
she
that
doesn't
we'll
seem
be
like the type of
preventing
person that would let it
changes
show.
in this space.
But Paimon's also getting
In
tired,
order
and
to
Paimon
avoid the
didn't
sudden
technically open the door
accumulation of
either.
Hunger and fatigue. We should eat and rest regularly from now on.
Yeah, if everything hit us all at once, you know, we aren't sure exactly how much time it had passed, but if everything hit all at once, that would be bad.
Paimon suddenly feels exhausted. It's really tiring going through all this.
I'm sorry, Paimon. She seems like a
Now that you
child.
mention it,
And that's why I always like,
feel tired.
I don't mind, you know, personality and everything as much, because
No, it's all just an illusion. I
though
will not
Ito
let
is
my mind
kind of
wander
like a
from it.
grown man being a child, whereas Paimon's actually,
Whole body just feels
you know,
so
but
heavy now.
According to the current evidence, it seems our physical condition was suspended.
yeah,
in this
almost like in
space
stasis.
before,
That's what I was thinking,
which
but
granted us immunity to the effects of fatigue and hunger. And now it seems that mental fatigue is unavoidable. Though we have yet to locate the Conqueror of Demons, I suggest we go back and get some rest. It'll be difficult to rescue anyone if
but
we're
if we
on the
go
verge of
back into the
collapse
previous
ourselves.
space where we weren't getting
She's
like any
right.
energy from
Hey,
resting, will that
lavender
make a
milk.
difference?
You okay? Want me to carry you?
That was nice of him. Did he actually carry her? Just because she can fly. I can only imagine, though, genuinely, like, even if you had wings, if you were actually able to fly, how fatiguing that would be, because that'd be like... I'd have to imagine that's more like, you know, tiring than standing, at the very least, if not like, you know, walking or running, because you're constantly have to beat wings, though. I'll talk to these two because they're closer.
You haven't slept at all. Are you sure you're okay? This place seems even more perilous than we first thought.
Don't worry about me. Staying focused under pressure for as long as it takes is my specialty.
Yeah,
Now,
sounds about right.
if I'm not mistaken, looks like you've got some new ideas.
How could you tell?
It's my job to keep tabs on people.
I figured as much. They're just preliminary ideas at this point, but I haven't completely thought them through yet. I'll tell you more once my ideas have taken shape.
Sure, sounds good. I also have some ideas of my own. I'll fill you in after I've confirmed some things.
Yeah. Well, they are too, yeah.
You think so?
As they say, two heads are always better than one.
Yeah, let's have Paimon and Ito come up with the solution. That's and we'll see if we we think the same thing. Shinobu's off by her or something.
It's hard to believe what we've encountered.
About the door.
Well, I suppose there's no use hiding it anymore now that everyone's seen it. What you all saw really was.
I think
my
I'd heard
biggest
stuff like
fear.
this before. I didn't realize it'd be
I
part
never
of the
wanted
like
to become a
Archon
shrine
quest though.
maiden.
Is this part of the
Who
Archon
could
quest? It's like an
tolerate such a
interlude.
boring life? After these last few years with the Arataki gang,
Hmm.
I suppose you could say I've seen it all.
I can imagine.
It's taken every skill in my arsenal to constantly clean up the messes they make. Though the list of annoying things to deal with is practically endless, I am totally free in the Arataki gang.
That's what makes you
Strolling
happy?
around the streets, roasting lavender melons with friends in the open country. I know it sounds pretty silly, but that's the life that I want.
I don't think that
Just
sounds
don't
silly.
laugh at me, okay? Otherwise, you might find yourself on the receiving end of a good beating.
Oh, trust me, Shinobu, I'm not really feeling like getting beat up. I wanted to see what the
Hard
other
to believe
dialogues were.
what we've
What do we do
encountered.
from here?
You don't look very well. At least not like when we just arrived. Are you troubled by what
I
you saw
myself
behind
didn't
the door?
understand what that was. Like,
Listen,
obviously we mentioned it being
The
the abyss,
most
but
important thing is always the choices you have in front of you.
that's fair.
Get some rest before you gather the courage to take your next step.
That is good
Once
advice.
you've chosen the path to take, don't hesitate. You must believe in your decision.
That was nice.
It's hard to believe what
I
we've
think if I
encountered.
personally, I probably would have said maybe one of these two. I don't know if I would have necessarily pressed her on her past, but it's kind of interesting that we can choose every option. But yeah, I had heard that she had, potentially was going to be a shrine maiden. The whole like she even mentions, I think, or at least someone mentions that like, it puts out a good point. Even Yaimiko has like the side gig with like the bookstore. And even if it's like a cushy job, maybe that I would have no idea if it would pay well, or all the practices and things that you'd have to observe while doing so. And I mean, she herself mentions that she, Shinobu thinks it's a good job, but just if it wasn't something that would make her happy, if she pressed herself to try and be that, it would have been frustrating.
All right, you should get some rest too.
Does that just, yeah, that just immediately ends the conversation. Now there's these two. At least they don't seem to be arguing anymore, but Paimon, she's got the little clouds of red.
Ushi, you sure you can't
It's a great
find a way
birthday
back
for
to that door
Paimon,
again?
eh? I'm sorry. Wait, did the door disappear?
Ah, perfect timing. I was just having a chat with Ushi about that.
How do
know
you
what?
understand
I
Ushi?
can handle those mean people behind the door throwing beans at me, but causing trouble for you? Nuh-uh. That ain't
Thanks,
gonna
Ito.
fly with this guy.
He's a good guy.
What? There's nothing we can do? Listen here, Beefcake. You shouldn't give up so easily. Can't you have one last look for it? If you really can't find it, we'll just have to find another door. With any luck, one that connects to the outside world. You feel me?
The voice actor for Ito's so good, man.
By the way,
So good.
Traveler, if you have a moment, could you do me a favor? I'd like to discuss something with you.
Okay, I'd like to see the other dialogues options here
Come
real
meet
quick.
me over there.
Yeah, 1 second.
Ushi, you sure you can't?
What do we do from here?
Yep.
What do you
that's
don't?
the big
I won't
question.
disturb you. It's probably just gonna have him. Is Paimon?
Gotta be
Paimon?
honest,
Is she
I have
sleeping?
no idea.
Headache? Fair
Oh,
enough.
come on, don't get mad at me. I'm just being real here.
Yeah, I do agree with Ito surprisingly about
I
like,
did think about just using my Oni super strength to dig our way out, but
like you
the
use your
rocks
Oni
here
super
are
strength to
tougher
bust
than
down the
prison
door.
walls. The rocks didn't even budge when Ushi charged him. It's pretty obvious this place is meant to keep us in here.
Yeah.
The only thing I can do now is, well, take care of this exhausted little lavender melon.
Good. Thanks, Ito.
Yeah, I know. You're helping too, Ushi.
See, even if they call each other Lavender Melon and Bullchucker, they're both good-natured. They're also both very much like children. Can we talk to Paimon? I wonder. I do wonder if you can actually, if she could fly when she fell asleep or something. We'd never. But alright, thanks for taking care of Paimon, Ito. Let's go talk to Yanfei. See if she's figuring anything out. Oh, up here. Back this path. I do wonder, maybe some other path will just appear. I mean, this one seemed to,
Thanks
even
for
if
coming
Yelan had to
speak
look
with
for
me,
it.
Traveler.
You know?
I've been thinking about this place. Since we still don't know just what kind of danger we're up against, we can't afford to delay any longer. We have to find the Conqueror of Demons as soon as possible.
He probably has some kind of experience in dispelling things like this. And then on top of that, you know, he seemed like he was in
Don't
danger.
you think it's a strange coincidence that as soon as you told us about the Conqueror of Demons, we heard his voice in that place?
Yeah.
It almost seems deliberate. As if something was trying to convince us that the Conqueror of Demons was there in order to lure us.
But then
into
it
the
gave us a
unknown.
door that showed us things that we fear, which is gonna do the exact opposite, you know? Obviously, like, Yelan didn't even want to open the door, but it was obviously, you know, everything that we didn't want to see that would drive us away, would
I
it
have
not?
a theory, but I can't tell the others just yet. I don't want anyone to panic. Judging from the Conqueror of Demons' reactions, I think that he was somewhere else. But his voice and image
Projection.
were
That was a much
projected
better
to
word
our
than
location.
reflection, like I was talking about.
Is it possible that we've entered into a chaotic space?
Chaotic, what do you mean?
We're seeing things in people that shouldn't be here, even ghosts. And we don't feel hungry because the state of our bodies is suspended. It's as if time itself has stopped for us. If that's true, it means we've entered into a place where normal logic doesn't apply. When you put it all together, everything points towards one possibility. This is a place where time and space are thrown into chaos.
You didn't really go the same way as we saw with the domain. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he just jumped straight back up through the holes. That's why I thought he was just out. And then the hole, you know, above us disappeared. So that's why I was confused.
It's truly chaotic.
Because Zhao also
How did we
literally
find
can't
our
jump
friend's
really high.
voice, even when we had no idea where he was? It doesn't make any sense. Unless this space wanted us to hear it. Which brings me to my next point. I also have a theory about our encounter with the Conqueror of Demons earlier. I submit that we didn't actually see the Conqueror of Demons. He was somewhere else. But his status was transmitted to us.
But if
through
that was his
some
actual
kind of
status, he's still in
mind-bending
trouble. We do need to
spatial
find him.
alteration. Traveler, you said you saw the abyss in that room, didn't you? At first glance, that door may seem like a prank. It shows you whatever you're afraid of, but if it manages to lure you inside,
You're
there's no
trapped.
way of knowing what might be in there. 1 minute, it's playing a joke to get you to lower your guard.
Maybe like a
The
mimic.
next, the
You open the
danger is real,
chest, you think it's a
and
normal
trapped
chest,
you.
and then it eats you.
This space is a powerful opponent. It wants to use our minds against us. But I'm not gonna sit here and do nothing. Do you remember that small spatial rift next to the dissolving ground?
When she said it's trying to use our minds against us, I really wanted to say, but it worked on Ito and Paimon. That's a little bit mean. Yeah, I think so.
It felt like spatial magic, but it seemed much more powerful than usual.
Yeah, that's...
When we saw
probably
that
accurate.
illusion of the Conqueror of Demons, it seemed like he wasn't expecting our spaces to intersect at all, and was even more surprised that we could hear and see him. I think that this space purposefully transmitted the Conqueror of Demons' voice to lure us into a trap. But I also think it didn't
It
count
is
on
possible.
that spatial rift happening. In other words, the fact that we saw and spoke with the Conqueror of Demons was never part of its plan.
That's why we were interrupted.
Yes. Also, I had a good look around after coming back. I have a feeling that these chaotic spaces are constantly intersecting with each
Interesting.
other. Meaning
But that would make it very, very... I mean, she said chaotic, but that would make it very hard to control, even for something
If
behind
the
us.
space creates phenomena meant to deceive us based on our imaginations, then we have to keep imagining, Traveler.
And maybe Yelan was
We try to
imagining
stay
finding some
calm
kind
and
of secret
listen
exit.
carefully.
And that's why
And
she found something?
just maybe we'll hear the Conqueror of Demons' voice again. Can you feel that? Let me see. I think it's here.
Did we really just imagine?
And break! I secretly learned Yelan's illusion breaking method without her knowing. Really didn't expect that to work.
Don't tell her that,
The
she's gonna be
sound
mad.
came from behind this illusion. Let's go in and take a look.
The others are pretty tired, so maybe we should just go by ourselves. Oh, Mr. Zhao.
It's getting clearer.
You alright?
This is the chasm. What did patients go through here?
So he is in
If
the
I
chasm.
just in that battle fought
Where?
years
Oh,
ago.
I was about to say, where is he? Interesting.
The voice is much clearer now. We're close.
It's a spatial rift again.
Conqueror
Why is it
of
up there?
Demons, can you hear me? It's Yenfei. The Traveler and I are trying to find you.
Zhao, are you there?
Traveler? Yenfei?
It worked.
He does sound like he's in pain.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Here's the sound of you fighting. What happened?
Listen to me. It's chaotic here. We may not be in the same space, but sometimes the sound can get through, which means these separate spaces intersect from time to time.
Everything is chaotic here.
That's what she just said. Find a way to get to us. To be fair, we've also had each other, you know, this entire time.
No.
Oh?
The darkness that sullies my soul.
Oh my
is
gosh,
harmful to
Xiao.
mortals.
We've been
now,
over this.
We have more dangerous things to worry about than that. This space is using our urge to find you to lure us into traps. Without you here with us, our search for you could very well lead us into danger.
Yes.
So, you're in danger too?
It's a relative term, yeah. Oh, he said too, yeah.
There was no need for you to search for me.
Okay.
But we're worried about you. And earlier, the traveler was tricked into entering a dangerous place.
Yeah, let's blame it on him. So yeah, let's guilt trip and Yanfei. Good strategy.
How do we meet?
Oh, it actually worked.
Conqueror of demons, can you find out where our voices are coming from? Find the spot where our voices are the clearest and try something there. It might work.
I see. The spaces may intersect amidst the chaos.
Is he just gonna burst out of that portal?
Do you mean...
Hurry! If we miss this chance, we might not get another one.
Yeah. Oh,
Stand back!
he's about to attack the portal, isn't he? Oh, is he just gonna... Oh, well, he did put on his mask, but he got through. Nice. Is he injured? You alright? Looks badly injured. Oh, he does have a wound right there. I wonder what happened.
Let's get him back to the camp.
Yeah, let's get him treated. But he was concerned for us despite that. And Paimon is still got the little symbol of her head. Hopefully she's alright. Again, great birthday. Sorry, Paimon.
Avoid getting split up.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
Oh.
Oh. Thank you.
A lot's happened here, but this wasn't just for our own safety. You're injured. We can't just leave you alone.
For him to be injured, though, I wonder what it was he was fighting.
It's just a flesh wound. I am fine. I shouldn't let myself be a burden to you.
Could you be any more edgy, Zhao? Like,
You're
we just want to
a
help.
burden. Don't think that for 1 second. We need you. All
Maybe
of
he's
us.
depressed.
For our
I
sake,
do get that
please.
feeling very much, not wanting to
Stay
be a burden
here,
on the people around
please.
you, but if you're hurt,
Fine. As you
we need
wish.
to help him. No need to be
You're
so stubborn
injured.
about it, Zhao.
Get some rest. Everything else.
And hopefully the rest actually does help, because if we're in some kind of stasis, and maybe he wasn't because he got injured, and then we pulled him in here, and then the rest doesn't help, that might not be good. But I'm sure that's not the case. Yeah, don't worry about anything else. Just wait until you get better. We'll figure it out.
All right.
Just close nice and resting could be dreaming. It's quite astonishing. Capable of having dreams. No way home, huh?
The
Talk
one
to
I
you. Oh,
is that the Aksha.
what a weird, like, auditory effect. That's really cool. They did a really job, I would say, with the sound design on this, not just like the music, obviously, but stuff like that. That's crazy. Let's go talk to these two.
As expected, something strange is going on here. Oh, traveler?
Yeah?
You're both here. Great. I want to talk to you.
Stock, we'll put our heads together. Sure. Surely, do we really have that much information
I
that
also
each other
felt
don't
that
know?
the space was targeting us, but Yenfei managed to exploit its weakness.
She's a legal consultant.
Yenfei
Gotta
to
find
find
loopholes in the law.
Based on what just happened, we can now confirm our suspicions that space and time function chaotically here. In addition, we must stay vigilant to avoid the traps set for us by this place. Now that we
Interesting.
found the Conqueror of Demons, the next thing we need to do is find a way out.
I went
Yeah.
back to the domain again just now. Although I couldn't find a new route, it wasn't a completely fruitless trip. My
That's good.
clan has practiced magic for generations and has created some catalysts
clan?
that only we know how to use.
But you're a bow
I
user.
recognized something like one of those catalysts in the domain.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, it disappeared as soon as I approached it.
What's her clan? Because from what I know from like voice lines I'd heard, like I know Xingqiu had mentioned that like she was like a very like it was something about like when he saw her in one place she seemed like a very kind person, but when I saw her in another she seemed very different, which makes me think that she's not of the Gahua clan. I think is Xingqiu's clan, so it makes me wonder.
I think
You know,
so.
everyone is gonna
It's
meme
hard
about the
to
haircut,
distinguish
but
between reality
their
and
hair color is
illusion
also a
here.
different shade.
I can't be
So.
sure.
Hmm.
Also, I am the only one out of all of us who could know what it would look like. To me, that confirms that this place really is reading our minds.
Fair enough.
Just like with that door. It's like it's alive and testing us.
By reading our minds and showing us what we want, it creates the reality that we want to be true. Everything it does is either to get
Wonder
us
if
to
it's
lower
almost
our
like a
guard
dream demon or
wear us
like an
down.
illusion one that's trying to lure you
If
in so
that's
that you
the
give up,
case, it can only have
let down
one
your guard.
goal.
Yeah, and then just you give
Trap
up and
us
don't
here
ever
till we
leave.
die.
That's
What
scary.
else could it be?
But it's not really showing us entirely things that we want, you know? It's one thing when it's like those dream demons that are like, I'm going to show you a happy dream, something. Almost like oh crud, what's his name? Enmu. Enmu from Demon Slayer, you know, on the demon train. You know? It's one thing to maybe show you like a happy dream or something like that that you maybe wouldn't even want to necessarily escape, that it would like wrench your heart to try to. Whereas like here, it's not necessarily showing us things. Maybe it's trying to use more of like a carrot stick method, but
But we mustn't give up.
are we about to leave them here for another couple of days while we just go out and
I've
do our
always known
commission?
there were secrets hidden in the chasm, but even the Qixing have never heard about anything like this.
Yelan, when we first ran into you, you said you had something to do. What were you referring to?
I was looking for the truth behind the monster invasion from
Interesting.
Conria.
Conria. Yeah, that is something that would be shocking to the traveler. She definitely needs to find out as much as she
Please keep
can.
everything I'm about to say to yourself.
That's how she might be able to find more
No
about her
one
sister,
else
or
can
her
know.
brother and Dainsleif.
Otherwise,
And to be fair, we were deeply involved in it. She also kind of helped us with that in the chasm, but
We got it.
we need to know.
500 years ago, a wave of dark beasts from Conria
I
attacked
keep hearing
the
about this
7
incident
nations of
500 years
Teyvat.
ago. That's when the Tsaritsa like closed off to the
Naturally,
other Archons.
Liyue was also affected.
So,
Under Rex Lapis's command, the Millelith fought hard to hold the front line near the chasm. But these were
Interesting.
vicious beasts, and this was the most desperate battle Liyue had ever faced.
yeah.
At a critical moment, someone distracted the monsters and led them
Was
away.
that Dane?
Just when all hope seemed lost.
Was that Dane? Was
the
that our
tides
sibling?
turned.
Was it?
The
I would
Liyue
assume
army
Dane, but
eventually
maybe.
won the war. But there were many who never returned.
Interesting. And that's the war that was fought in the
Two of my
chasm.
ancestors took part in that war, and the one who made it back went insane. Everything about it was strange. The current generation of Qixing knows very little about these events, and very few came back from the chasm alive.
It's been a waiting game.
Finding out
But
the
you
truth
investigate this by
has been a
yourself,
waiting
Yelan.
game. The day the
That's
chasm was
dangerous.
unsealed, I put in a request to be
Oh,
transferred
look at
here,
design on her coat.
so I could finally learn the truth of what happened back then. But this place we've ended up in, and the possibilities we're facing, it's all far more terrifying than I'd imagined.
It definitely is intimidating, that's for sure.
We can't give up. Right now, our #1 priority has to be getting out of here alive.
I agree. Yeah, that's usually, yeah. Cousin Connor, what happened 5 years? I don't understand why our sibling can't just tell us. I know we've only met him, you know, like once since getting back in here, but we've almost died in Inazuma. We've witnessed 3 Gnosis get taken. He's definitely affiliated with the Abyss. Like, we need to know. We need... if only our sibling was like... It's obviously so much more complicated than we can even imagine. But it also makes me have hope that this game is going to be around for maybe even longer than we think. Because, like, not only have we already been to 3 nations, you know, like, and the game's only been out for like 2 years. They've talked about, I think I've heard somewhere they were talking about trying to keep this game going for like a decade. So if we've been through 3 nations in 2 years, you know, maybe 6, I mean, that would then theoretically be like 6. And I have to assume Shinez dies last. I would be shocked if it wasn't. But then we also have to think about potentially all these extra, you know, obviously aside from like events, maybe Will Conria with everything that's going on, the Abyss, all of that stuff. What will happen? But let's talk to him real quick.
Are you all right? You've suddenly gone quiet. It's not like you at all.
Shh, we'll talk later. I'm just processing all the existing clues we have. Maybe the key to our escape is hidden in some detail I've overlooked. I have to go over everything again.
All right, well...
Oh, don't worry. I won't write down anything that you told
Yeah, that
us
would
about.
probably not be wise.
No, I meant if you're going to analyze the facts, count me in.
Yeah, Yelan seems like she's good at deciphering things, obviously, but like that is very much what Yan Fei's talking about is very much similar to something that I do. Is just continue to repeat things over and over in my head, trying to figure out something different. And honestly, in my case, because I struggle so much with like again thinking outside the box, thinking of some way different, I feel like I just end up ruminating over the same thing and stressing myself out. But I don't know. I remember seeing like if you ever done like the Myers-Briggs test, I know I show up personally as an INTJ, so introverted over extroverted. I can't remember what N versus I think it's S. I can't remember what that one is. Then it's like T is thinking versus feeling, and then J is judging versus. Oh, what is the other one? It's ES.
Good roll.
Judging versus. I don't remember.
Maybe I'll
But
take
I just
one
remember
more
thinking
day
like.
off,
I
and
know
look at the
they're
rest of the
fictional
work
characters, but I know like
leading up to it.
apparently like the biggest INTJ according to some like some random like article I passed while scrolling in my Chrome app. Apparently like Albedo was the INTJ, which I wouldn't say like I don't really know. Like I've always wondered like personally with I don't know how you know I've come across so far in like streams and stuff like as far as like anime and manga go, the character that I've actually felt and a couple of my friends have thought is actually a hilarious comparison. That is personality-wise very, very similar to him is actually Dazai from Bungo Stray Dogs. Is very much how I act in real life. Maybe not the best way to be, but you know, that is actually like the character and like across everything that I felt I connected most with. But in Genshin, I just thought that article was interesting. I'm sure you could find something like that, you know, doing like the Myers-Briggs. I think it's Myers-Briggs. Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it's Myers-Briggs. But like, I just never. I'm just thinking about that. Sorry to go off on like a random tangent, but it makes me wonder like what these different characters are because like Yelan does very much seem like, you know, an introvert versus an extrovert, though she obviously doesn't seem to have like an issue with dealing with other people. It's more just she seems introverted. Just makes me wonder. She seems very analytical, but again, like yeah, like what Yanfei's saying is very much I think the way I would potentially react is just constantly think like there's got to be something else here. I just don't know if I would be successful in figuring something else out. Whereas Yanfei seems like she has a good head on her shoulder. She'd probably figure something out.
You don't look well. I guess things still haven't improved.
Not quite.
It's okay. You don't have to go into all the details. Sometimes I really envy the boss.
So do I. Not having to worry about stuff like that. Not in a mean way, but like Shinobu does seem like she quite often has to take care of. That's what I was saying earlier, though, is I couldn't imagine for such a long time just knowing, like, the regular members and Ito, when we first met him, how the Arataki gang functioned without just getting hucked into jail by, like, Kujo Sara.
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier
And then...
with different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you?
But then, yeah, it just... After meeting Shinobu, hearing a lot about her, it all kind of clicked into place. Hi, Xiao. You still sleeping? No. You know, edgy jokes aside, I do feel really bad for Zhao, especially after his character quest. He's been through a lot, and I know he just doesn't want to hurt anyone around him, but sometimes there's a time to be stubborn, and there's a time to give in and let people help you. You know? When they're trying to lend out that helping hand, sometimes you just have to reach out and take it.
Hey,
Are they okay?
Ushi, looks like our little lavender melon is
Okay, so
falling
she can fall
huh?
asleep while she's
Do
flying.
you think she's dreaming?
Don't wake her up. Don't wake up,
Man,
Paimon.
she looks wiped out. It's kind of hard to see her like this. I mean, most of the time she never shuts up. Aw, poor Poor thing.
Yeah, I do hope
That
she's
little
okay.
dude looks stunning too. I'm kind of worried about him.
Yeah, that's what I was saying though. Ito's good-hearted, maybe a little bit
Oh, I
quick-tempered, a little
sleep
bit
like this when
thick-headed,
I'm in
but
jail. Good one.
oh my god, Ito.
I do slumber like a king. Traveler,
Hey,
when
confidence.
did you get here?
You've been standing here for a while, man. I'm glad that it's good to see that they actually get along. It's fun to see the banter between them, but I'm glad to see that, you know, it's heartwarming to see Ito actually looking after Paimon. But we really are just going to be leaving him down here for another couple days, aren't we? A lurking peril. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, no, it unlocks in a day, so maybe I'll try and stream this tomorrow sometime. But okay, I was gonna say, because when it was like we started with these two, and then like this one was like over a day, and so I was just sitting there like, well, they're just sitting down here by themselves. But now with their current situation, I actually, even if they're fictional characters, I feel a little bad just kind of leaving them here. So we'll maybe stream that tomorrow morning, or whenever I get up. My sleep schedule really just depends on when I can actually fall asleep. But hopefully everyone's okay. Alright, so we got this. Once again, we need to do, default and stern. I doubt that if we did it on stern, it would count, because it does specifically say do it on default.
Looks like the situation has changed again.
So let's hop and do this, and then we can maybe do our dailies. Spend our resin. I've got 5 condensed resin as well as a full 160. So that's potentially 9. I'm probably going to go back, like I was saying. I need to farm a Pale Flame set for Eula. I've been using a Gladiator's Finale set on Eula for a very, very long time. And it's not that it's not serviceable, but Pale Flame, I've been reading through, I really do think was practically made for her. And Tenacity of the Millilith, I have been farming, and I really haven't gotten any like super impressive pieces that I've been super happy with for Pale Flame, even though it's the same domain. So hopefully we'll get something usable out of that. And then right now, I think if I remember correctly, I was using Sands and Flower on Yelan for Tenacity of the Millilith, and both of them were okay, but I was a lot happier with my Heart of Death 2-piece than I was with my 2-piece from Tenacity, so we'll probably get into that domain, see what we can get done. But 3 rounds in total each round. 2 random characters, yep, so 3 rounds, I believe of 3 combat. Stern, are we just doing it on Stern? Hold up. Let's, oh, okay, it looks like it's just going. So we are on Stern. That's fine. We can do standard afterwards if it doesn't. It would be nice if just doing it on the higher difficulty counted it, but I have no idea if it does. These are just Hilichurls and Slimes. I just like using my main team first, and then we'll figure something out afterwards. I don't think Yelan necessarily synergizes, and we use Jean instead, because again, I feel like ordinarily you go for like the synergy, especially I usually use Electro for the energy regeneration on top of already Raiden's fantastic one, like Raiden Yaimiko, with both running Emblem of Severed Fate, ends up with crazy energy recharge on their ults. Like it's really nice. Maybe not optimal, but it is to the point that I can pretty much just ult whatever I want, and it generates crazy energy. That's why I like using Raiden Eula. But I do think that, like, generally, even though Kakomi's a stronger healer for me than Jean or Chi-Chi, especially since my Chi-Chi is only level 79, Yelan does seem to function best personally, and I still obviously haven't figured out her combos and everything optimally, so let's do that for now. Get 4 different elements, and then we can only have 1 continue each round, but there's... So I think in total you have to, if you have keep 1 person consistent, which will probably be Raiden, then you need 4 for the first round, another 3, so you need 10 characters in total. When a character is recovering, it should either be a Lingering Blade that restores. Okay, that could be decent with Jean, you know, at least helpful. Characters max HP would be, that would be very good if we could like heal Yelan, but let's read this. When on the field, when we increase every 3 seconds. Okay, so keeping her on the field increase attack. I don't really use charge attacks on any of this team. Shield strength, there's no shield, so let's try this. By no means do I use, like, I'm sure the optimal setup, same for, like, some of the other events. I really like that one that was, like, randomly generated, ones where you had, like, the little devices, like the animal, not that suction them in, but 3 challenges completed, and 2 random members will be, okay, so it's 2 random this time. That's interesting. Last time we chose 1 specific one, now it's 2 random. That's good to know.
Gotcha. Here comes the catch.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I have decent crit. But from what I'm seeing, people were saying, like, quite literally attack percent seems to be completely useless on her, so maybe I should try and swap out attack percent. I'm going to be looking for, again, if I'm using, it'll be a little bit, if I'm using Flower and Sands, of this. I know people have said maybe use an energy recharge sands, but because I'm using the elegy for the end on her instead of like her signature weapon or something like that, I think that I will be probably just looking for an HP sands with maybe, ideally I'm looking for an HP sands with double crit rate. Double crit stats, maybe energy recharge. And honestly, if attack percent really isn't helpful on her, maybe we're looking for like HP sands ideally with energy recharge, double crit, and maybe even flat HP at that point. I wonder if that would be ideal. I'm not sure, but we'll have to test things out. Like I was saying when I mentioned it last stream, I quite literally have only gotten 1 HP sands, and I've spent about 30 condensed resin in that domain already. But like I said, my name is Misfortune Crow for a reason. Let's just do hard. Why not? I'm not looking for a top score, but I'm sure we can do it. Yeah, we should have led with you, ult. I just like the animation behind Raiden ult. It's so sick. Although this one I don't think was timed. I think this... I didn't even read the hard mode thing. I think it was maybe increased HP. It does seem like you should maybe use her... I feel like I'm not making use of her quick charge, yeah. I feel like her combo... when I was watching a quick video on it, I wasn't paying too much attention. It was playing in the background. But it did seem like she wants to maybe even lead with the quick shot. I'm not sure, but at the very least, make sure you're using your E followed by your ult. Maybe using the quick shot, switching out. I'm not sure in what order, but trying to figure that out. But I do hope of the random members that continue, I wouldn't mind too much. I don't think healing's going to be an issue unless I do the top difficulty. So I wouldn't mind if she... Oh, I shouldn't have used Yule ult. I didn't realize that was going to spawn. I should have also used Jaylon's. I need to figure out her rotation. Like, when I... now it's a little bit late for it to be useful, but... Like, when I use my normal Raiden Eula comp with Raiden Eula, Yaimiko, Jean, my general strategy is I use E on Raiden, I shift into Yaimiko, get my totems placed, then I shift into Eula, get my burst down. Obviously, I have Kokomi usually if I need healing, and then I reproc those if I need them. Once Eula ults down, that's when I, and potentially, I don't know, sometimes I use Yaimiko while I'm doing her first 3 totems, push that down. I have, like, what I'm saying is, like, I have a general idea of what I want to be doing with my rotations on... Oh, and it got rid of Raiden Eula. Dang it. Those were the 2 I wasn't hoping. That's fine. We'll figure something out. Okay, so there's a Pyro Slime, but we have Yelan. I'm thinking maybe what we'll do here is we do like Hu Tao, Zhongli, because those 2 protect each other really well. Let's bring along... Yelan, and let's bring along Jean once again, just so that I'm not... Again, we're making... I'd love to bring along Kokomi just for a little bit of extra safety, because even though I have my shielding, in case you mess up the timing on Hu Tao, I still prefer to have a healer. Though I know it's not necessarily optimal, just in case, because I figure a healed Hu Tao that's doing a little bit less damage is better than a dead Hu Tao, but maybe that's just me. Charge attacks, ooh, that's really good for Hu Tao. Characters Geo Contrast, and that's good for once we put down Zhongli Shield. The active characters will, when they deal damage, that was constantly lose HP based on... Okay, that seems like it's good for Hu Tao, but we'll have to be monitoring that. Their charge attack increase... Some of these actually seem really good. Oh, we can only have 2. Oh, no, I accidentally already picked this. So, increased charge attack without stamina consumption. Increased charge attack. The active character's crit damage is increased by 80%, but they'll constantly lose 3%. That seems really, really good, and we are bringing Jean. The only thing is I think that maybe we're going to have to take the hit in Yelan damage and take, I think, a more powerful healer just in case, because I don't know how bad that's going to look in terms of HP loss, but we already lose a chunk whenever we hit E on Hu Tao. And maybe we do need to enter, I think, with Hu Tao if that counts as the active character, unless it's every active character. But I want to bring my best healer, and Yelan would just have to take a slight hit in her HP for damage because I want to make sure... Again, I'm not too sure what that'll be, but... Okay, it does seem like it's just no matter who's active. Can't go Pyro real quick for these enemies. That's really annoying, actually. Let's just get the shield down. I didn't realize there was going to be a... I should probably have looked a little bit more closely at that, but that's fine. That wasn't so bad. Alright, let's go in. I didn't even end up using Hu Tao because there's so much Pyro enemies there. But charge attack, I very much went for a charge attack deal, which is... HP increased is fine. Really only going to benefit Hu Tao, so...
quietly now.
Maybe I shouldn't have popped Jellyfish down, that's fine. I have shield, so I can just keep doing this. Yeah, not terrible. Where's the next enemy? Yeah, we're not doing as much damage here because we popped down Jellyfish. That might have been a mistake. Oops. Let's proc this real quick. This. Ooh, that's not bad, and that's with us still being at relatively high health. 86 kgs, okay. Well, that's a lot of extra crit damage. Maybe I didn't need to worry about having a healer, but just fighting consecutive fights as Hu Tao always scares me a little bit. That's why I don't use her in the overworld as much.
Solidify. Pay your dues.
I didn't hit that one, that's fine. Let's drop Meteor. Yeah, this, oh wow. You're fine, you're fine. This is the last fight. Okay, maybe you're less fine, you're less fine. Let's switch out, just switch out. I don't want to kill my Hu Tao when I was doing it. Yeah, that HP loss perk is actually kind of hurting. Let's have let me heal up a little bit. What's still out there? That was a little bit spicy towards the end there. Almost killed my Hu Tao. Okay, Yelan and Zhongli this time. That makes me feel a little bit less safe about running Hu Tao for the last one. What do we got? So we've got 3 different types of Abyss Mages. Is that a Primo VO shit? Okay, that's annoying. That's really annoying because we don't have protection for Hu Tao and we don't have our Eula anymore. Let's see. I usually use Rosario with Eula for the cryo bonus and then a shred res because I have her at a C6. I almost want to Primo GOV shop, huh? I really don't know what team to take in. Let's take her because she's probably our strongest main DPS left. And I do think Hu Tao maybe over like even Ganyu or Aika might be a little bit more safe without, well, reliable without Zhongli. Let's take maybe these 2 and then that. That's not an optimal team by any means, but it's 2 off DPS, a healer, and Hu Tao, and we are going to need to be careful. So lasting wave, attack speed. When hitting one with that's actively bad for Hu Tao. All elemental consecutive elemental burst is good. Crystallized shards we're not bringing Geo character. Okay, that's good for Hu Tao. That's good for Hu Tao. Let's try this. That way when we do heal HP, it'll be helpful, but it's not like she's just normal attacking and then continuing to gain HP, because that is actively bad for her. I'm really nervous about fighting a boss, though, without a shielder for Hu Tao. That's just risky. But we do have a very, very powerful healer with us, so it should be fine.
Right now, emerge. Right here. Sight to behold.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think this first wave is just these 3.
Emerge.
Pop these down.
Unleash. By ordinance divine.
Not really paying attention to who's hitting who. Pop down Jellyfish here. But we destroyed them. I switched out too soon. I thought I would need to switch to get rid of the Pyro Shield. That's fine. Physical Hu Tao is not great, but you go from last down hitting like an 83k charge attack doing like 3k normal attacks. Right, this was, yeah, that's what I thought.
Emerge.
Don't do it! Oh! Ow. Oh, there's 4. I didn't even realize that there were 4. I do wish that Yaimiko's E gave like a little bit of invincibility, like a lot of other dashes do, because it's really easy to get knocked out of that while you're doing it. Yeah, not doing terrible damage. Let's heal her up though, because we are about to fight a boss. Though I will still E again here. Get some Vaporize here, or Melt, is it? No, it's Vaporize, yeah, that's what I thought. Not bad. Again, I know it's not optimal to run a healer with Hu Tao, but without a shielder, I mean, I ran one even with a shielder, but I prefer having the safety. And this should be the boss. Alright, let's lead with totems.
Right here, right now, right here.
Let's grab her ult real quick. Nice.
Do your master's bidding.
We are not doing any damage to this thing, jeez. Ow. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. I haven't bought this thing in a while, actually. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we're good. Refresh the totems. I didn't think about that. Well, that's awkward. We're fine. Did not even think about the whole shield, shielding that. That makes this fight go way quicker, too, to be fair. Though, to be fair, our Zhongli did get, you know, taken from us immediately, so. I'm a bit overkill, but I'm gonna do this. Oh yeah, the first bolt killed it. So using all three was definitely a bit overkill. That wasn't terrible, but yeah, it being random instead of a chosen like single one is a little bit harder to work around for sure. Let's see though, do we actually have to do the normal difficulty as well? It would make sense to me, but... Oh! That's good to know. Okay. Last time we did the normal, the default, I just don't feel like... Maybe we'll come back and try this eventually, but for now I want to get into like our dailies and stuff and then maybe get into some Vampire Survivors, because it's already been an hour and a half actually, time flies. But that makes me think that if you just ran and did it on Apex, and that's where we got that bow, I had no idea. But here we did it on Stern and it automatically cleared default. That does save a bit of time. Yeah, let's see here. Let's grab the... Yeah, I'm just gonna grab these here. Yeah, if you can only get 2 here though, how do you... I have 3. Well, I guess you need 4, so maybe it gives you the other one I should go. And then it does look like you get a decent amount of resources though, which is nice. But that should be effectively... Oh, it's just the notices. That should be effectively everything for now from this. Yeah, as far as I can tell. So we should be caught up for today on the event. Again, we'll maybe get back into that tomorrow. Let's go ahead and pop this. Nice. All the way up to 10. Yeah, the events make it so fast to level up the battle pass. They give you more than enough as long as you're continuing to play. And then I was hoping some friend grind out some stuff. He's trying to get back into Genshin. So I've already done most of my missions and did bosses and stuff because I was hoping him one-shot stuff in his world. But yeah, we need to do our dailies, spend our resin. Let's grab these. Guide to... I think I need Guide to Gold the most right now for Zhongli's upgrades. I really only, to my knowledge, use it for Zhongli, but we do need it. And then let's just use this wish real quick. I usually just use these as I get them on this banner. I did get my monthly ones done. I got like a purple... I think it was literally another Yanfei, if I remember. It was something like that. But let's jump into our dailies. Now, did it... Okay, yeah. So I changed it. Now they're all in Inazuma. Yeah, I was going to say. So I always had them set to do just completely in Mondstadt, because it was just made it the fastest. But I went ahead and changed it to random because I know there's achievements for other ones. Looks like it put all 4 in Inazuma though, which is interesting. I didn't expect that. Let's go do our dailies. Let's run into here because our plants need harvesting. Maybe collector coins and everything. But yeah, and then we'll move over to Vampire Survivors, I think, once we do like our domains, our dailies. Because that's pretty much my general checklist. I mean, it was going through the event, making sure we did everything there with like the whole fighting event as well as the story and stuff for that. And then my daily checklist normally for Genshin is just kind of doing what, you know, the daily stuff is, you know, where's it? Log in, do your mine 10 items I always do through my like expeditions. So log in, do your expeditions, spend your resin, do your dailies. That's basically just a quick checklist. So let's I didn't see how many coins I have here.
This realm is...
Hey W. 930, not bad. Beto's. Okay, Beto hit maximum companionship level. Nice. That's the 3rd character, though, that we would ideally get out of the realm. But that's okay. That just means that we have a few more slots open for when the maintenance is finished, and we can continue getting that free realm currency. So let's run here real quick, find Beto. C6 Bennett's exclamation point is haunting my dreams. It's why I don't worry about the notices anymore, because I can't do anything about it. Then go ahead and clear it up here, though. Change name card. I just use the Yamiko, and I like Yamiko a lot. It's her anchor. That makes a lot of sense. They did a really good job, I think, on a lot of these thematically. I always love, too, how Yamiko's like, in your dreams, you'll never see her fox form, and then her card's that, but... Yeah. Let's grab our plants real quick. I know there's achievements for collecting like 800 of each of these fields. It was really, really fast to do it in this field because you can do like Jueyun and chilies, but the other ones I'm quite a ways away. Let's just use the ones that we have at max, I would say. I was doing Glamp Grass and Jueyun chilies because I was grabbing the chilies for cooking and then these so I could eventually ascend my Diluc. I know Diluc's definitely like fallen out of favor over time, but eventually I was kind of like, well, let's level everything. Baku weeds. I don't remember. why I think, does Yoimiya use this? I don't remember. I know Violet Grass and everything. I had more than enough, but I was just kind of doing the ones like, because I have so many Glaze Lilies. I have so many Windwell Asters. I just maybe do 2 of each though. See, gonna do those. Oh, I didn't plant one. And then maybe do like 1 of the 20s. I hate to waste seeds, but I always run around with my seed box and then don't pick up a bunch of them, so who knows. Let's look over to Inazuma since all our dailies are over there. I wonder if it does do all 4 of them in the same region every single time. I have no idea. But you're about to see me actually try some of these dailies for the first time. Because I legitimately, way back when I was trying to do like Dragon Spine, like almost, geez, it was probably like a year ago. I was like, it's giving me like Leo emissions and I haven't even gotten Dragon Spine wiped out. So I changed it to be only Mondstadt and I literally just never changed it. Let you speed run the dailies. I know how to do all the Mondstadt ones by heart, so maybe I'll make some mistakes on these. I had the hilarious moment where I was helping my friend with his dailies, and there's the one where Ella Must talks to Hilichurl. So he was in the conversation with the Hilichurl, and I murdered every Hilichurl there, and it just ended the conversation. We sat there for like 10 seconds, like, did I just destroy this man's daily? And then it just gave him the 10 Primo Gems and said the daily commission was completed. He was in the middle of like, Ayla was talking to him, and I just one-shot everything with my Ganyu. It was interesting. Let's talk to the detective. Wanton case file. It's about time. You having a problem? Just want to wonder. This is the Humble, and I am a detective. Well, I would assume it's probably, something. Well, I call myself the only has 2 employees. The first time you've seen a detective agency. I was gonna say I didn't meet a single one in Mondstadt, but Mondstadt's a little bit different. We haven't seen what we've we've met Yanfei and we've been talking to Yelan, but this daily commission's probably been around for a while too. Doesn't need detective only. Yeah, they do value contracts. I mean, their god was the god of contracts. It sounds like quite the hassle. You're a trace, but the novels do not affect all outside of varieties. You also have assistants then. Mine is, yeah, I was gonna say, so you have 1. Fine. So you need an assistant to go get your other assistant. Okay. Why do I feel like these Inazuma ones are gonna be a headache? Okay, he's over there. That, okay. What is this way? Let's go look for him. Yeah, I have no idea what these dailies are at all. I just know there's a few random achievements associated with each of the am I even? Yeah, I am going that way. With each of the like other nations' dailies that you can randomly get, so I figured why not? You know, free primos with free primos. Junior quest, not really interested in doing the call right now though. Ah, he was indeed in trouble.
Busted. Beg for mercy.
Hey Ryuji. Oh. One sec, Ryuji. I probably don't need to burst run him now. That's a really nice animation though. Remember the way? Cool. Alright, you right? You were expecting me. How did you know? How did she tell you someone was coming to get out? We just left. I'm Sango's assistant. Okay, fair enough. And as a treasure hoarder's assistant. Dude, why would we know? He's been following him, serial theft case. Yeah, that seems like it'd be the problem with being a detective, though, is if neither of them have vision, you can be very investigative, but if you get into a trouble, what are you gonna do? So you also followed it. I'll bet the suspicious person was actually you. Oh. Fair enough. Though to be fair, by this point, you know, I feel like everyone in Inazuma also probably knows who we are. We aren't exactly good at being discreet. Does he suddenly lost? Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You guys clearly don't have vision, so if you get yourself into a spot of trouble, you do need help. Though I'm sure people without visions can fight. You know, Beto had like her tournament, but visions seem to be very much a person with that's slightly inexperienced with a vision can blow someone pretty experienced without one out of the water. So, it's pretty crazy. I have always wondered what percentage of people have visions. Because it did seem like when I read like the D-Luke story manga, that was released, it did really seem like the Tori was super surprised with like when he saw Amber's vision and stuff like that. Like, it makes me wonder if maybe it's a different percentage in different nations, but it seems very, very rare. They are treasure hoarders. Like, I don't know why that's so surprising, dude. Okay, so we have to catch treasure hoarders. Ready for what? Saying Traveler and I fought them off is a bit generous. Thanks. Attention by being an Outlander, and you got him in it. Yeah, okay. So that was the plan. Get an Outlander to go. Not only did we go protect our assistant, but we got just the attention of, you know, the authorities by being an Outlander, kind of running across. And we did quite literally run across the steps, you know, of all this stuff. So it makes sense that we would attract attention. And also, nobody in this area has blonde hair. So, because I'm pretty sure, I mean, like, I know Leo is supposed to be based off China, and again, I've heard Fontaine's France, but you know, obviously Inazuma's Japan, so it would be very strange for anyone to have blonde hair. Have we ever seen anyone with blonde hair from Inazuma? Wait, Kagome, right? She's, yeah, now that I think about it. Maybe I'm just overthinking that. Is this just a battle one? This feels like it might just be a battle one, based on where it is. Maybe not. I don't see anything. Oh, is it a balloon? Is that balloon? And do we gotta protect the balloon? Oh no, it's Sabbath. Okay. So we're about to just beat the crud out of this balloon. Well, I'm gonna hit it with the Archon of this lane stuff. And, you know. This is Inazuma after all. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. I didn't realize that these scaled to like character level 2 because I did it again with my Ganyu in my friend's world and Mondstadt, and I one-shot the balloon and I was like, I didn't think that scaled. I thought it was like an object, you know? Like how like I'd still have to hit ore a few times. That's what I thought it was going to be. But I guess to be fair, it's not normal. Like he's world level 4, so you can't ordinarily go back more than one world level. I just was surprised because I thought objects didn't scale with world level. It's Mirror Maiden. No, okay. Hi Mirror Maiden. I'm not sure you've really done anything with me just coming out of nowhere and beating you. I'm sorry. But you are the Patui, so you know, I feel a little bit less bad with the whole potential mass murder and everything you've done. Last one's all the way over here. Complete the it's a time trial challenge. Interesting. So we had two that were basically just insta clears, one that involved talking to multiple people, and this one that is a time trial challenge. Yeah, I've never done any of these commissions. I do wonder though, I had no idea when I selected to random, maybe it does just give you one region for the day, and then you know, just do it. And we should actually kill, I don't need Whopper Flower mats, I don't think, but I'm pretty sure I need mats from these for one of my weapons. And I used pretty much all of my insignias when I was... Wow, I'm not killing this thing at all. I used pretty much all of my insignias. Oops. Oh, Whopper Flower. Whopper Flower, stop it. I used pretty much all my insignias so far. My Yelan's at like, I think 778. And level 89, so I do know I need to farm more of these. So let's go pick on these guys on our way. I would feel a little bad if they weren't, you know, the Fidui. They make it very, like, there's certain ones, like the one in Leo that was just picking berries and we showed up and started beating on him. I felt a little bit bad about that one. But when you consider that they also, you know, almost destroyed Leo Harbor, you know, a little bit hard to feel bad, to be fair, but. Alright, time trial challenge. That would be it. Is that a combat one or is it a... I can't tell from this angle. Is that a sword? Is that a sword? It's okay, yeah. I don't know why I couldn't tell that. 15 enemies, but they give you, what is that, 4 minutes? That's not bad at all. I don't have a pyro character. Oops. I don't have a pyro character to deal with the... So it's gonna be a huge issue with that. Don't know why. Actually, why did I E those? see how Yelanas are dealing with these. Not the fastest charge shot time. Okay, I feel like I don't feel like my Yelan build is terrible, but I noticed this even in my friend's world when like my Ganyu and all my other characters were one-shotting things, my Yelan didn't seem to be doing a whole lot. And she has like, what was it, like 50-50 crit chance, like solid crit damage. You know, pretty solid amount of HP, so I was just surprised that she was doing a whole lot of damage. Granted, to be fair, my Kokomi is also an HP scaling character, and she only does damage with burst, and it's still not that impressive. I just don't get it, because those videos I was watching, she was crushing. But there's also just the possibility that I've not been building quite correctly. I still don't know what the quote-unquote, like, most optimal artifact build is for her. I am using 2-piece Hydro damage, 2-piece Tenacity of the Millith, but I don't think that's a terrible build. So, we'll see. I'll have to look that up, maybe try some other things, but that's the dailies done. Heal everyone up real quick. Perfect. And then I don't even remember where that is, so let's... I'm so used to doing everything in Mondstadt. Let's collect here, and then basically, yeah, let's just spend our energy, our resin, on Tenacity of the Millith domain. The way I've been clearing is because shielding is valuable in that domain. I've been using like Zhongli, Raiden Eula, Kokomi, and then just trying to have good ult generation. I usually don't have ult on Eula for every single try, but it's not the worst clear. I know people just blaze through these clears, but again, I'm not the most optimal player. Let's see. Where is it? It should be this one, right? Yeah. So let's just see, because I do need to get good Pale Flame artifacts. I really do want to transition my Eula over to Pale Flame, because her artifacts on Gladiators aren't even that good. I just usually go for like subpar or like at least average relics, you know, or artifacts. And then I'm kind of like, sick, that's good enough, and then I always forget to change them. That's why my Hu Tao sat at like 30% crit rate for a really long time before I revamped her set. But let's go Zhongli. Because shielding is very, very valuable, especially at level 90 when we just have to fight 2 of those giant, is it Geofish Abs? I can't remember what they're called. We'll do this and then we'll maybe hop over to Vampire Survivors. Alright, we don't have Eula, so we'll lead with...
I will have order.
Now you shall perish.
I don't think I used. Yeah, I've done this domain a lot, and it takes forever. I know that there's definitely people who can just run in here. I mean, I didn't have Eula, but people that could just one-shot everything in here without even trying. My shield ran out, oops. It's fine. It's fine, we have to kill me. I should finish right. Yeah, the problem is, yeah, this has been the issue, is like I just slightly don't have Raiden ult and I have no Eula ult now, which makes consecutive attempts just a little bit annoying. But again, I'm not here to go, it's not really a race, it's just trying to get him. But I would take any good Pale Flame artifacts, and I'm looking for a good HP Sands and then Flower, okay. That's, I mean, I'm looking for double crit rate, double crit stats and attack percent, I would say, for Eula. Energy recharge could be good, but the entire reason that I run Raiden Eula is because of Eula's energy issues. And I have C0 Eula. You know what made me real salty though is my friend, I was helping him, and he was like, oh, I don't have any energy issues on Eula. This guy has 3 5-stars on his account. He almost never plays, like ever. He hasn't played since like 2.1. But he has C1 Eula and Amona. And he was sad because he lost his third 50-50. I lost my first 4. This man got a C1 Eula in less than like 80 wishes from what he was selling me. And then he lost his 50-50 on Kokomi, and he was like, well, I don't have a good healer because he doesn't have Jean, Chi-Chi, Kokomi. He also doesn't have Diona, so he just has Barbara. And I was like, dude, you won your first 2 50-50s, you have a C1 Eula. But apparently, I don't know if that affects. He was just saying he didn't have. I don't know if it was. I don't even know what C1 Eula does. That's not very good. I don't need a plume. Continue on. Yeah, I'm not even getting a Sans or a Flower here for Tenacity of the Millith. This is the issue I have, though I know everyone struggles with it. Let me check that actually. I'm genuinely curious. Every time Ice Type Vortex Rim hacks, physical damage is increased. Each stack will increase the duration of its effect by attack. That shouldn't affect it. That shouldn't affect energy recharge. I don't get it. Whatever. I don't think my Eula has very high energy recharge though in general, so that's also not helping by any means.
Order guide you.
Beg for mercy. Freeze to the core.
Anyway, yeah, I was looking at Pale Flame does seem like it's a set that's almost practically made for Eula. I was initially thinking when I was going to revamp her set from Gladiators that maybe, I don't think that crit, doing just 2-piece Pale Flame, 2-piece Bloodstained Chivalry, and then I actually looked at Pale Flame and I looked at what the optimal build was and I was like, why would I not just use 4-piece Pale Flame? That said, I don't think I've gotten, maybe I have one piece that's usable. I've spent a long time in this domain, but I don't have very good artifact. That's why I literally just settle for decent is good enough for me usually. What do we got? Hydro damage bonus, okay, but the stats on it aren't too great. Okay, a defense mask, okay. And an HP, yeah. Nothing usable for either Eula or Yelan so far. That's okay. I guess I could be waiting on the Meteor for the other one to jump into range since it always seems to, but not super concerned about it. I always forget too, I don't even need to dodge when I have Zhongli Shield on. Zhongli Shield's crazy. I don't even have a really well-built Zhongli. He's level 79. The Zhongli Shield is absurd. Like, unless you're fighting, I don't know, like the wolves that inflict bleed through it, which those that get nerfed, they used to hurt way more. The wolves that bleed through shields, or maybe something like the Shogun domain that bleeds your energy through it, like, Zhongli's still very powerful for pretty much everything in Mondstadt and Liyue. Like, I know people were complaining when that happened in Inazuma, but like, he's still very much useful for like 90% of the content in the game. A crit rate helm with another hydro damage goblet, but without. It's okay. I very much expect to be spending a long time to get some upgrades. Like I said, I've spent such a long time in here, and I had gotten 1 HP Sands, and that's what I'm using. And it rolled like 2 into crit rate, then I was like, okay, this should work, and then it rolled twice into defense percent. I was like, dang it. Because it's rough. I know people proposed all sorts of ways to optimize the artifact farming, but again, that's the goal of the, you know, Mihoyo and everyone is obviously going to be increased playtime to some extent, you know? I don't think that's necessarily always healthy to just increase playtime for the sake of increasing playtime, but they made a game. The goal is to get people to play it, so I don't know. I guess it doesn't bother me as much as I know it bothers a lot of people. I think it just gives me something to do. Because if I had every artifact every time I wanted it, you know, then what would I really do with my moon energy, you know? Because like, you only need to farm boss mats so often. You only need to farm like weapon mats and talent mats so often. Like if I just got every artifact I needed first try, it'd be great. But it would significantly lessen the amount of time I would need to spend in this game. It's an HP scaling goblet that's got double defense stats. EM goblet, I mean EM Sands I can't imagine is very good for you either. I didn't mean to continue there. Let's go back to Mondstadt, condense these 4, and then we'll finish up our resident. And then yeah, we'll hop over to Vampire Survivors. Something that blew my mind that I just forgot too is like my friend is Reputation 2 in Liyue. I completely forgot that the condensed resin recipe was a reputation reward, even if it's only reputation level 3. I was like, why? I took him over to the crafting bench here and I was like, okay, let's condense your resin so that we can get you some artifacts, because he's right at the level where, like, you know, he's AR 35, so he's right at the point where he can't quite get gold artifacts, but he needs to be upgrading his blues to purples and such so that he can kind of stand on his own feet when I'm not running around one-shotting everything. And he literally couldn't condense resin. I was like, what? Just surprising me. But it's those types of things that you really do forget. Like, I still remember the horrible grind of like getting, I have all of my statues to 7 in Mondstadt Liyue upgraded to full, and then my Inazuma's at like 9, and then I have, I think I want to say I'm missing like, I don't know how many Electroculuses I'm missing, but I got to a point where I was like, you know what, it's good enough. But he's still at that point where, like, we're exploring his world and he's got all these Oculuses everywhere, and I'm like, I remember having to get these. It was painful. So, it's just crazy how you remember some of those things, but other things you don't. Because, again, I didn't remember having to unlock that. I just remember at some point being like, cool, let's just get condensed resin.
This is order.
Oh, that didn't work. Yeah, definitely not the most optimal clear. I don't think Raiden Eula... I really enjoy Raiden Eula, like I've been saying, but I'm not sure if it's necessarily the most optimal comp. I know Raiden is very, very good. Eula's a very good main DPS. And again, Raiden kind of fixed some of Eula's energy issues. But it's very much kind of like an Unga Bunga, I'm gonna run at you, hit you with everything I have. Whereas some people do, like, I've seen people do Noblesse Domain in like seconds. It's crazy. Other defense crit piece, crit damage headpiece with double defense stats. That's a little disappointing. A lot of these I might actually just put in the strong box, try to get some more Noblesse sets or something. Just because I feel like of the 4 that you can put in the artifact strong box, Noblesse is generally one of the most useful ones. You know, like Emblem of Severed Fate, I think has become one of the, like, universally, if you don't know what you're doing and it's not a main DPS or sometimes even Vid, just use Emblem of Severed Fate. But I very much think that Noblesse 2-piece is very much always useful. Like, who can't benefit from having some ult damage? This isn't going to hit the other one. Oh, no, it did. Okay. Let's read ult.
Now you shall perish. Shine down.
Yeah, when I have ult, it's not a terrible clear, but it's like right there, I needed practically the full duration to get Raiden ult back. And I do have quite a lot of energy recharge on my Raiden Shogun. So, my crit stats are terrible on Raiden Shogun, but okay, here's our opportunity to maybe get a good one. Defense percent's not what I'm looking for. They're both defense percent. That's okay. Like I said, part of the journey. But yeah, we're looking for HP Sands with, again, I'm looking for maybe HP Sands with double crit rate, or sorry, double crit stats. I keep saying that. Energy recharge, and then at this point, like, I kept thinking I needed to get attack percent, that it would still be helpful, but everyone's been saying online that it's not helpful, like, at all. Like, maybe I should just be filling yours just full HP, like, so, I just always figured, you know, at the very least, even if we're, like, Hydro Arrow scares with a HP, surely, like, having attack protects it. Maybe I'm not understanding correctly, but let's pick up these particles. Alright, come on, you look at ult, surely, even if it doesn't crit. Might it use crit rate? Maybe it has been critting. I don't know. I maybe didn't need ult here, but I only have to do 2 more clears. I should finish it. Nice. Alright, and we haven't even, yeah, but like, we haven't seen, like, a single good Pale Flame piece, and this is going to be our 8th clear. So in 7 clears, we haven't seen a single decent Pale Flame piece, really. And we haven't seen a single Millilith Flower, and we've seen a couple Sands that haven't been good. Maybe this is this. Okay, that's not terrible. If that rolls crit rate or attack, I mean, yeah, if that rolls crit rate, that could be really good. That's a little bit less good. Really depends. And at the end of the day, I suppose you can always substitute the crit damage headpiece on any character for crit rate. But I feel like if you're not, you know, it's not as good if you know, like, if I can't get good crit stats, but I can get ideal stats on everything else, I'll absolutely just use a crit rate headpiece on some characters. I don't mind. But ideally, I'd get crit rate on that piece, and then it would be very, very good, depending on what the upgrades go into. If they don't go into, like, all flat HP. Because that would be a little bit disappointing. But that's at least one potentially usable piece, and you know what? That's... This is going to be the 9th time, so that's... It's something. Do we really want to ult for this much? Yeah, sure.
Freeze to the core. I condemn you.
I don't think I needed to. It's fine. Just heal up, top up real quick. Yeah, Kokomi's just an efficient healer. I mean, the argument could be made that here that, like, I could bring another sub DPS this entire time. Because it's not like I really was healing at all, and I could just heal once we get out, but I just like having a healer. Like the safety net. 2 Pale Flame headpieces. Give me, like, a solid crit damage headpiece, please. Attack percent isn't the worst thing in the world. 2 attack percentage. Oh boy. Yeah, that's artifact farming. It's okay. But let's, I'm gonna change my party back, pull Yelan back in. I do like her kit design. I just very much, I'm still trying to figure everything out what I need to do. Because clearly I haven't been doing things quite optimally, but I still quite enjoy it. So let's go ahead and close this here and hop into some Vampire Survivors, because there's not really a whole lot else to be done until tomorrow as I Alt F4. You wanna... Oh, there it goes. And then let's hop into some Vampire Survivors. I've really wanted to binge stream this game for a while. But yeah, we'll probably hop into some... play Vampire Survivor? Yeah, just play base game. So this is like a $2 or $3 game, I think, on Steam. Very, very... Oh. Did my stuff just freeze? Oh. Sorry, there we go. That was weird. Sorry. So anyway, Vampire Survivors is like a really fun, very, very simple, but honestly still, I very much enjoy it. Roguelike. That's like $2 or $3 on Steam. It's very, very cheap. It's definitely less than $5. And I've wanted to stream it for a while. I, recorded some runs for YouTube, and it didn't quite pan out the way I was hoping. So I was a little disappointed, but I was like, well, maybe we'll stream it, because I think it's a little bit, without good editing skills. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I want to put everything. Just because we did kind of shift instantly into... I'll just leave the white bar at the top. Oh, that worked okay. I'll move my model, maybe, depending. Let me actually edit the... I'm going to edit my stream information real quick. I'm not going to edit the title, but I am going to... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I am going to edit the... Oh, gosh. Stop doing that. Sometimes the... Oh, my gosh. The... I don't know why, but the docs on OBS sometimes just really, really hate me. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, I guess we'll just leave the game on Genshin Impact because we're probably only going to do a couple runs. What is going on? Why did that just shift over? Let's do this, maybe. Sorry, I know that isn't the most visually pleasing thing in the world. I'm going to have to figure that out, though. But yeah, I was going to shift the game on my stream title to Vampire Survivors, but I know in the title it also says maybe some Vampire Survivors, so hopefully nobody gets too sad about that. Don't really have a lot of viewers, except a couple friends anyway. But, yeah, so basically I had everything unlocked in this game, but they've been updating it really regularly. I was missing, there's another version of this character, X-Dash, that's like red, I think, and I didn't unlock that. But now they've unlocked 2 patches. They're very good about showing you kind of what you need to do. So just really quick, like, maybe let's just do a couple runs. A run will basically go until either you die, or it can go up to 30 minutes. At which point death shows up. They're obviously like literally, it's quite literally death is Red Death, and Red Death would just show up and destroy you. But I did a very specific build to kill death. You have to actually do a very, very much cheese build. That's, I believe you do it with, was it Pascalina? No, it wasn't Pascalina. It was, okay, it's Clarici. You do it on the library. I could maybe show that eventually, but very, very fun. But I enjoyed it. It's deceptively fun. But yeah, they've done 2 sets worth of achievements. I hopped in for the first little bit and locked a character, but then didn't really mess around, so there's a whole nother set. So we've got survive 15 minutes with Conchetta. Find the magic banger. I don't know what that is. Find and buy the glass visor. Also don't know what that is. Probably on the new map, maybe. Unlock hyper mode for 4 normal stages. Okay. Reach minute 31 in the Gallo Tower, so survive with death for 1 minute. Reach minute 31 in the inlet. I've already done that. I wonder if that would reach level 99 with Pascalina. It's 15 minutes in Moonlight. Okay, so maybe we could probably knock out a good few of these. What I'm going to do is go with, where is she? Conchetta. We're going to go to the library because I think that's just generally a really good stage to show off. But as you can see, there's a ton of characters. You start with just one. But there's stages. I just feel like unlocks are always easiest to do on the inland library, but there's a ton of stuff. You basically start with just one character on the Mad Forest, and then you unlock all this stuff. Hyper mode makes things faster. I don't remember. Is that something like that? Arcanas, though, you unlock by going to a specific point on a map. You have to unlock the map, too, which is crazy. But you pick one of these cards, and you get options of 3. Super crazy stuff. I don't know what's exactly helpful for Conchetta, so let's just maybe do the 3 revivals. And then it'll give you a few options. But literally all you do is every character has weapons. What is that? We just leave behind a trail. Okay, so we leave behind like a trail that hits things. What is that green arrow? But you have to unlock this map. Okay. Oh, okay, so it looks like we have to go far left for that anyways. But basically, as you can see, you'll have a list of weapons that you can have. and then a list of like, I don't know what they're called, but like secondary passive items. You have all these stats and stuff. And literally the entire goal is you pick up these gems and you survive. Different characters have different things. Of these ones, Rune Tracer is very good for trying to survive death, but generally speaking, I really like the Magic Wand. And then every so often, a boss will show up, or like a special enemy. I don't know what exactly to call it. Oops. And you, again, it kind of just looks like you run in a circle, but it is genuinely really fun. Laurel is very, very good. Shows up in your... Oh, we just did some kind of slash. Interesting, but like a character that almost like... I'm trying to think of a good example, but it's like you're leaving behind like a burning trail behind you, but it's drills. But most characters you can unlock like these weapons and stuff, but they have like a starting weapon. For example, my favorite character, just because she's generally all around good, starts out with the Magic Wand and like gains an XP gain every few levels. I don't remember what this character gains. But yeah, so like these are passives, for example. When you get these weapons to max level, almost every weapon, not every, like the Laurel doesn't, the shield, has like a, if you have a specific weapon, and then like a specific other item that they synergize with, for example, the wand synergizes with the CDR book, which is a passive item. When you have both at max, I believe, or I think you have to have the weapon at max, and then the skill you just have to have the passive, or there's also two bird weapons that go together. When you get a chest drop, if you have an available boss drop open, you can get it. You also have to unlock like these rerolls, these skips, these banishes, but here I'm quite happy with getting the Laurel. And we're just going to make our way left, just since it does seem like we need to unlock something that ways. But again, this game's like $3, and they still actively, you know, for quite a few months now, they've been actively updating it. It's deceptively fun. It does get to a point where it's a little bit grindy, just because, like, again, runs can go for, like, quite a while. The run I killed Death, I quite literally, I used, like, the Revival Arcana, but I did a very specific strat where you don't pick up XP, because when Death shows up at 30 minutes, it's scaled off of your level. So if you're, like, level 100 plus, like you will be on a lot of runs that you're playing the game normally, you pretty much can't kill it, no matter what you do. So I literally tucked myself into a corner in the library with a few very specific items. Grab Magic Wand upgrade. And then I waited for 30 minutes, and I went and got like a coffee and ate lunch. And then I came back, and that's how I killed Death. But the Death character itself feels crazy when you played other characters. But yeah, this character feels really, really strange, just having like a trail behind you. That's very new. Because most things, like there's like the Bible that'll fire a circle around you. There's obviously the wand. There's a fireball that'll intermittently shoot out fireballs. Lots of weapons, axes that'll shoot out. Really, really just kind of fun, mindless game where you can talk about other stuff. Just figured I'd kind of explain some of this stuff here. But yeah, not bad at all. And now, you know, more and more enemies will show up. The library, I generally do think, even though it's not the quote-unquote first stage, is probably the easiest stage to do. It's where you know, you do a death killing run, where you do everything. I'm taking a bit of damage here. I'm not super impressed with our killing ability yet, but that's how you get more stuff. The whip, I'm not a huge fan of it. Let's just upgrade the Shadow Pinion here. We are taking some damage. The shield is one of the most powerful items, I would say. You can get it to where I think it's 3 charges, and the charges last for longer. So you can get to the point where you can just run through them, but there's different weapons that help. For example, there's one that stops enemies. It'll shoot out like little lasers. I don't think it can be upgraded unless they added that recently. My favorite endgame builds, though, are like... I really like to go for the wand. With like the CDR book to upgrade that. It just makes the wand shoot constantly. I'll go for, there's 2 birds that like shoot, and then when they combine each other, so you basically get 2 weapons in the pack of 1. But I know some people don't like the birds. I'll get the shield, and then depending on what I'm doing, you can get like the Time Freezy Beam. This is one of the elite enemies. So let's kind of circle around it. And I am going to grab the CDR book here, just because on different stages, things will just naturally be there. You can choose whether or not you want them. But on this stage, it's like the CDR book, and then it's the crown that gives you more gold for unlocking things. Garlic, I used to really like. It basically does a little circle around you that just damages everything around you. It's very, very powerful at the early games. You don't even need to move outside of like elites and stuff for quite some time. But it falls off really hard. Though eventually, with its upgrade, I believe it makes you get a really big area on it, and you like absorb health from those things around you. But you also have to get Pumarola as its synergy to get that ultimate. And that passive only gives you extra health regeneration, which if you're going shield, you don't necessarily need. And here we just go for the Shadow Pinion. Nice. It appears as though... I wonder if those spikes just shoot out intermittently. I haven't really been paying attention. I've never played this character. I just unlocked her. You had to go to the... I think it was Gallo Tower and go through a mirror. We're going to get 2 tome here, but like spinach isn't bad. Song of Mana gives you like a vertical beam that kind of hits everything. But I really enjoyed this game. It's just one of those mindless, like, I play Bloons Tower Defense 6 a lot. I have hundreds of hours in that game just because, like, if I'm watching YouTube or studying or something and I'm just bored and I want something to kind of do without having to really pay attention to it, good game for that. This game you obviously have to pay attention to, but it's still fun to, like, if you're listening to, like, a live stream or something like that, you know, hopefully mine. It's definitely a good game, you know. But here, it usually, the chest can't give you something new because it's not going to accidentally give you something that could mess over your build. So it's pretty much always going to be an upgrade. When an upgrade isn't available, I think it can give you, keep upgrading Shadow Opinion. I think it can give you, oh, I'm trying to think what it does. But I think it can give you, like, chicken, which heals you, or, let's get magic one. I still feel like we need some damage upgrades. It can be like chicken or extra gold, and that's how you farm gold late game. And then end game you can get like pentagram, which you don't necessarily want early game, because what pentagram does level 1 is every, like, I think it's almost like a minute, destroys everything including XP and chests on the screen, but you can upgrade it alongside luck and stuff so that it doesn't do that. And then with the upgrade it is, I'm trying to remember what it is that you need to upgrade it. It will literally intermittently destroy everything on the screen, leave all the XP, duplicate some of the XP, and then suck all the XP on the screen into you, and it makes it absurdly easy to farm levels in the late game. We might go for that, because I'd like to go for double birds, but I haven't seen double birds, so I haven't seen either one of the birds, though we do have all our rerolls, all of our skips and stuff bans, so we can work on that. But we're just going to get an extra tune. That's another thing that's really nice, is the cooldown tune plus wand is just a universally, I would say, pretty good thing to have. But again, there's so much to unlock here. But extra CDR never hurts. Here's another enemy to give us a chest. We're nowhere near getting our upgrades. I have no idea what this drill synergizes with if anything, and the Laurel doesn't. But in theory, if we upgraded our wand all the way, because we already have CDR book, we could get the extra one. Oh, we need to get out of this. Yeah, our shield lasts a little bit longer now. I think next level might be a charge. Base damage up by 5. Cooldown. Let's get CDRs up. Just extra CDR never hurts by any means. Chicken heals you. There's all sorts of power-ups. There's one that lets you spit flame. Does a lot of damage. One that sucks in all the XP gems around you. Very helpful. Okay, so we got a triple chest. You can get a 5 chest as well. Very, very helpful. I really love this game. So, again, and it's only a few bucks. Like, come on. Like, roguelikes, I know. I don't think roguelikes always get enough love, you know, for compare. I get that they're not compared to, like, big, massive games and stuff, but, you know, there's still a lot of effort put into them. And they're often still very much fun, like Binding of Isaac. Even if you get all the DLCs, I don't even think it's a full 60 bucks. I've got hundreds of hours into that game. I'm still not very good at that game. This drill thing has become very, very impressive, though, honestly. It's just weird that I kind of have to position it so that it hits things behind me. Attract Orb is what I was looking for. Cross is also very good. But Attract Orb lets me pick up gems from further away. Very, very helpful. Even if you go for the Pentagram build later on, just having the ability to fucking orbs early to mid game still is just, it's so helpful. It's crucial. But we're going over to get this unlock over here. Again, we're going to try and survive. I think it was 30 minutes in the library. I think if you've done it before, even when they add these new updates, if you've done it before, once you do a run or two, it like logs that it's done it. I'm not 100% certain on that, so we'll have to see once we finish this run. Because I really don't know. And I haven't played this game in a couple weeks now, but that just goes to show that there have been 2 sets of unlocks, you know? It was like 6 each. What? Oh, we have to fight for this, don't we? Okay, that hurts. It's not hurting me. Does it not do damage? Maybe it just slows. It scared me a little bit, to be honest. Let's get Attract Orb. It doesn't appear to hurt me, but I have my shield. Let's pick this up, though. Permanently allows to change music and... Oh, that's cool. That is actually genuinely neat. I can't tell. When my shield changes color, that's the charge is going down. But now, at this point, we don't really have any obligation to continue going. The map does continue going on forever, but no real reason to keep going that far way as far as I know on this map, so we'll just maybe keep heading back this way. I'm not going to go get the stone mask. But, and I don't know what those 2 lines in the upper right of my screen underneath my gold are. But, never hurts to get more gold. Stop slowing me down, please. Are you mad because I stole your... Oh, those exploding, those really hurt. Good thing we have the shield. If I didn't have the shield, that would have really hurt. But our shield charges are out. But anyway, I guess for now we could just maybe talk about like stuff to do with the channel. I really don't expect to like... I think confidence is key. We were talking about this like detail, but I really... That's a time stop and I got food. When I started doing this, like I said, I have plans for the future. I would love to be a streamer. I think anyone would. There's Ebony Wings. Let's grab it, because I really, really like... We're looking for Peach one now, which is the other bird. I think it is still the only synergy that relies on 2 weapons rather than a weapon and a passive, and some things still don't have synergies. But I really enjoy streaming on Twitch. I just really needed something to kind of break out of, I guess, my habits. I was very, very frustrated with school. Again, I'm going into a gap semester because of the program. I did lose my job, but again, it was just frustrating trying to figure things out, as life is. And I just really wanted to do something different, and, you know, I've already, like, I uploaded, like, a, you know, far from professional, it's just me singing along the soundtrack, but a cover of Time of Your Life by Green Day on my YouTube channel, and I've always loved singing, always loved doing music. I just really wanted to, like, I don't know, like, I'm far from perfect. I've done many, many stupid things in my life. Like, thankfully, I'm not the type of person to go, like, usually post that kind of stuff online, but, like, you know, obviously, like, I've tried to be, the best you can always do, I feel, is just try to be a better person every day. And like I said, I just really wanted to maybe make content, and even if only I've ever have a few viewers in the long run, and even if it's maybe even just friends, you know, like, I just wanted to maybe create a stream where people could come hang out for a while, maybe relax and have a good time. That's all I really want to do, and if maybe in the long run I could make a career or something out of it, that'd be awesome, but I just wanted to do something different. And I'd always told myself, you know, and I don't know if anyone would, you know, it's partially my anxiety, partially my depression, but I'd never really done it because I just told myself, you know, you'll never gain a following, you're not that funny, you know, but I just wanted to do something, and I think for me it was a good thing to try and do something new. So I hope people, anyone who watches this or watches my content, no matter what I play, enjoys it. You know, like I said, the goal is to just maybe create a fun community, have some fun playing games, you know, that's all it is, that's all games are for. You know, that's ideally where games come from. That's why I kind of stopped playing some of the more, I guess, toxic games like League of Legends, is I just wanted to have fun, you know. And the last thing I want to do is, you know, create a stream where, like, someone comes and they're like, they walk away feeling, you know, bad, you know. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. Now, I wasn't confident enough to show my face or anything, so that's why I commissioned the model, decided to become a VTuber. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing a face cam, doing no cam, but it's just what seemed to work well for me. Let's reroll here. We're looking for, let's grab a wand. If we see an upgrade, we'll grab it. Eventually, if we have all our upgrades, the problem is, and we still haven't found Peach one, then we're forced potentially to take other things, and that's the issue with going double birds. But hopefully we find what we need. But so, I genuinely hope that I can just, you know, whether my stream, my YouTube content, which is still largely unedited, admittedly, or my covers, I just hope that it could even just make people smile a little bit. That's all it is. I think the crown's actually what goes along with, you know, let's pick up the crown. Extra levels doesn't hurt. We do need a little bit more strength here. We are starting to get pinned a bit. Although this kind of wave is kind of just, I think, crowd control. And these witches are still slowing us down. Let's grab the wand upgrade. There we go. Because now our next chest should give us the Masterwork upgraded wand, because we've maxed out our wand. And we have its synergy, which is the book. But what I'm looking to go for here is to get Peach 1, combine the birds, maybe get either book or maybe boomerang, and then cap it off with a pentagram once the birds are combined, is generally my thought. Let's upgrade our shield here. You never know what happens. The more rerolls, the more, like, ability you get to, like, ban items and stuff. But as far as I know, unless this is a 10-minute, you also every, like, I think at 10 and 20 minutes you get a, okay, no, what's the wand? You get another one of the Arcanas that we selected at the beginning. But yeah, Masterwork 1, just evolve Magic Wand, Fires but no Obey. And very, very powerful. And that'll really help boost our DPS along. But, I don't know, I just... I really stumbled across VTubers, I guess, towards the end of last year, beginning of this year, when I was really just at a point where I was like, you know, I really want to find something new. I love the content creators I watch, you know, I watch lots of different ones for different communities, but I was like, let's try and find something new. And I stumbled across, Nanashi Mume's cover of 1,000 Years. She's from Hollow Council. I mean, she's way more famous than I am. But it really just kind of spoke to me, I guess. I think she has a lovely voice, and the song suited her really well. And that's when I finally just kind of first found VTubers. And so I've watched most of the members of Hollow Council, and I've been watching, like, members of Niji, Sanji, and, like, I'd heard of, like, Gargura, you know, Mori Calliope, I or different members many times over the years. It just never really was one of those, like, I never went out of my way to click on them, try see some of their stuff, but I've been exploring some of it, and it's entertaining. Some bounces, more pass-throughs, critical hits. Let's go for the bounces on Wand since we do have upgraded, and we are thinking about getting Boomerang potentially. I didn't know you could reroll those. Apparently, maybe that was with one of the last 2 patches, because I didn't think you could reroll Arcanas. I thought it just gave you those choices and you had to choose them. But we do have 3 revives, which is nice. And I think with like the beginning of Arcana, we typically get like power and such. I'm really hoping to see Peach 1 here pretty soon. I'm trying to think. So Attract Orb, I think, synergizes with the Holy Water. I still have no idea what the drill synergizes with anything. The shield doesn't synergize. I don't know if I'll get the Holy Water. I'm not super worried about that. And the Ebony Wing synergizes with another weapon called Peach 1. Nothing really here. Let's reroll. And you know what? Maybe let's banish. Let's banish Hollow Heart, because I definitely won't be taking that. And that'll get it out and make our rerolls potentially a little more valuable, so that when we're looking for what we're finding, those things are out of the pool, so we don't see Hollow Heart again. I don't know what the optimal strategy is again. I love looking into strategies for games, seeing what other people do, all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't mean that I myself am super great at seeking out the meta and finding exactly what's correct. Clock Lancet is the thing that freezes enemies in time, but also I don't think it synergizes. It is crucial for defeating death, but generally speaking, unless you're doing a run specifically to defeat death, you're not going to defeat death, you know? That's just how this game goes. Let's keep moving on away. Let's grab more XP again. Might as well get our levels more often. As long as we're powerful enough, you know? And there's no rush to get Ebony Wing upgrade because we still don't have Peach 1. Another blue shiny enemy for potentially another chest. Sometimes I think later on they just give you more XP. That one I think did just give me a red gem for more XP. Unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, let's get a move on. I'm literally just moving back and forth. I don't know if it really matters. Obviously, a lot of XP gets left on the ground, but that's just how this game goes. You can't get every single XP. Even with Attract Orb, it's not going to happen. So I wouldn't sweat over it. Early game, it is important, obviously, to pick up as much as you can, but you get to a point where it just doesn't happen. And that's where the upgraded Pentagram comes in handy late game. Upgrade Ebony Wings. But we're still just kind of skimming along, looking for our Peach 1. I'm still not sure what the other passives I look for kind of depend on what I'm going to go for. Because if I go for Peach 1, that, and maybe the cross, I can never remember what the cross upgrades with. I might have to look up a chart real quick. Yeah, Ebony Wings again. This should be another lead enemy. Yeah, that one just gave me a red gem. And I don't know if they made any other micro changes, like being able to reroll Arcanas in the past couple patches. Wings. I'll just keep moving on. I know we don't need to go for the spinach, which is a shame because spinach is good because spinach is upgrade for the fireball. I'm not a big fan of the fireball. It's not bad, especially at upgraded. It just kind of like, it almost seems, I think, like meters. Duplicator's just good. Duplicator's just good. Duplicates projectiles. Works on like everything. It's so good. But sometimes you just have to roll with the punches, see what you can get. It's not always possible, especially before you have your rerolls and bans and stuff. Let's grab Ebony Wings. The problem that we're reaching now is we have 1 level on Duplicator here to get, and then we are going to be forced into taking something. And that's where our skips were. If you skip, it gives you a chunk of XP as well, and just kind of mulligans it. We might just have to start banning items that we know we don't want. Because seriously, if I'm going to invest into Ebony Wings, we need Peach 1. I think it's significantly less worth. So obviously, like, these little dark beams from it aren't bad. I do think it's significantly less worth to go for it if you don't end up going for the combination. Although I think you have to unlock the combination because I think Peach 1's a starting item. I don't think Ebony Wings is. I think I just picked up one of the orbs that sucks everything together. Let's banish out Clock Lancet just because very, very good item, but I'm not going to be going for it. So let's take it out of the pool since we've seen it several times already. And you know what? Let's ban the Whip. Whip is also, again, they're not bad items situationally, but if I'm not going for them in a given run, no reason to go for it. That's a duplicator. I'm going to reroll. Let's reroll again. Little concerning. Let's skip. Skip. Jeez. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up maybe the... Right, I'm trying to remember. I don't have a synergy chart pulled up. Let's just pick up the cross, I suppose. I know some of them tell you. I don't know if all of them do. But the crosses, as you can see, are just a boomerang. That'll buy us some time too, where we can just grab the cross upgrades unless we don't see them. I'm really concerned that we haven't seen Peach one. Again, it's not the end of the world if we don't get every upgrade, but it is a little bit annoying. Keep upgrading the crosses. Crosses are good for, you know, AoE as well. Clearing out everything around you. The Bible wouldn't have been bad either, it just creates some circular things. But we're rapidly just getting our cross upgrades, and we only have a couple skips left. So we are going to get to the point where we're forced to accept something. We also haven't even seen Pentagram. At this point, if I see Pentagram, I might just take it. And I don't think certain characters are limited from getting things as far as I know. I'm pretty sure that's not a thing, and that, again, unless it was added recently. But as you can see, there gets to a point where I can just kind of do whatever I want. Finally, we saw Peach 1. Okay, that's really good. So that means once we get Peach 1 to max level, get a chest, we can combine the two, and then that'll actually free those two birds will disappear, and we'll get the Peach 1. Okay, so Clover is what upgrades the cross. That's good to know, because I couldn't remember. No reason to kind of try and save the bosses, though. Let's just get the free upgrades and go. And then once we get, for last passive, I don't know what we'll get for a last passive, actually. Clover upgrade's fine. But at this point, it's just getting levels, and then we'll get to the point where we don't really have to worry about anything. We don't really have to worry about anything now. We do just kind of have to move, and we do have our shield still, which is very, very helpful. Peach 1 upgrade, we are going to focus that down, I think. Peach 1, plus. Peach 1. Actually, the Peach 1 just as a white version of the dark Ebony Wing. Pretty much the same thing, so very, very helpful. Lots of red gems. We're getting a lot of XP. Let's upgrade the cross. I don't think we will see any more weapons aside from our upgrades for the ones we currently have until we combine them and actually have a slot of available. So we'll have to look for Pentagram at that point, and hopefully we don't get messed over. That's why I'm trying to upgrade the bird as fast as possible, so we have a couple buffer levels in case we don't get what we want immediately. Peach 1, yeah, there we go. But as you can see, just walk in the park here. And it just gets so satisfying. Got a chest, okay. There's Peach 1, so this chest should theoretically be our birds, I think. Because they're both level 8 now. Perfect, yep. So it combines them, and you can actually level it up as well. But here you'll see these two birds disappear, and they'll combine into one. Bandolier, yep. So now we have a freed up weapon slot. We are going to be looking for Pentagram. It makes farming gold at the end very, very easy. I don't know what we'll look for last bird, because we have what we need to upgrade cross. We have an upgraded wand, nothing to upgrade the shield. I don't think the drill can be upgraded as far as we know. So we can probably just take whatever passive we want, because the XP crown is what we need for Pentagram, so as far as I know. Maybe there is an upgrade for the drill, but I have no idea what it is, so I'm not going to worry about it. I often play this game on mute, though, because it gets to this point where it just, this is all you hear. Hopefully the volume isn't too loud, though. I'll have to check the VOD. I always check my VODs at least a little bit. I don't watch the whole thing, but before I upload it, like the VOD to YouTube and stuff, I just make sure that the sound balance isn't terrible. You know, at least, you know, not the worst. I've been tweaking with settings to it in between, you know, sessions. I always do a quick sound test before I hop on stream, just to kind of try and make sure that everything's working properly, but I'm still very, very new to streaming. Very, very new to content creation. I did YouTube stuff. I was uploading daily, like Slay the Spire, Binding of Isaac runs. I did the one cover of Time of Your Life by Green Day. Was uploading daily, but it was mostly, like, unedited footage and stuff, you know. But still, I've only been content creating for, like, has it even been a month? It's hard to tell. Time flies. Like I said, I'm no longer in school, so I don't do a whole lot. But now our next chest should be cross upgrade, which is nice. Unless it's our next Arcana. We still have to go on Clover. Clover there. I'm getting nervous because we still haven't seen Pentagram. We do still have 2 skips. If I have to take something out, so be it. I don't really care. I just like the... It's so satisfying. I want to show it off because it's so satisfying when you get the Pentagram upgrade. Lightning Strike, yeah. Lightning Strike evolves with Duplicator. Attract Orb evolves Holy Water, but that... doesn't mean I really want them. I really want to show off the pentagram thing, but no telling if I'll get it. That should be a chest. That should be our upgrade in theory. Wow, we have enough knockback. She can't even get to us. Nice. It's a little bit late in the game to get a 5 chest, but still helpful. I think the gold you get is also dependent on that, so... Oh, is this only a 3 chest? Okay, I was like, wait, what? Alright. The downside to getting this at this point is it's... Yeah, so there's the sword upgraded. Yeah, we're getting cash now, so we have every upgrade, so we're going to be forced to either skip or take something new, but... Yeah, it can deal critical damage to the Heaven Sword. Very nice. We are so powerful that honestly I can just kind of sit here and nothing can do anything to me. We might move left or right every now and then and collect some XP, but yeah, as you can see, yeah, everything's leveled up. We have 1 slot for each, so we do need to hopefully get lucky, because if we don't see Pentagram and we're forced to take another weapon... Ooh, as we almost were here, let's skip. So we have 3 skips left. I thought we had 2. Interesting. That, I think, just kills everything on the screen, yeah. I mean, I could just stand still, but hey, why not? Again, this game might not look terribly fun, but it is deceptively fun, and it's a couple bucks on Steam, you know? And the devs do actively work on it. Hey, they changed the, they changed the, art, I think, on Santa Water. I don't believe it looked like that before. The problem is, too, with getting another passive before Pentagram is if we take another passive and then we don't get Pentagram, and we're forced to take a different weapon, there's a chance I don't have what I need unless I took, Lightning Ring or Holy Water. That's our last skip. I'm a little nervous. We literally, like, that's just how it goes. The more and more stuff you unlock, though, the harder it is. Even though you're getting more skips, you're getting banishes, you're getting rerolls. There's also a much bigger pool of things that you can get, and it makes it harder to get the optimal build. So here, we're gonna have to take... I guess we'll take Pomerola here. Aether Sparrow, I think is another... Actually, Aether Sparrow, I think, is another one that evolves with another weapon. Pomerola, I believe, evolves Garlic. But Pomerola leveling will at least give us some time before we have to choose a weapon. I'm really hoping to see Pentagram, but again, if not, not the biggest deal. We still have a very strong build. Shouldn't have any problem getting there 30 minutes. Select Pomerola. Oh man, I've had some songs in my head recently though, like Love Is Gone by Slander Dylan Matthews. It's such a good song. I'm sorry, don't leave me. I want you here with me. I know that your love is gone. Just a beautiful song. The acoustic version, so good. Other songs I've had is like what is it? Fall For You by Secondhand Serenade. Very, very old song, but like, so good. Best thing about tonight's that we're not fighting. Could it be that we have been this way before? I know you don't think that I'm trying. I know you're racing down to the core. A little off tune, I think, there, but I also haven't like warmed up or anything, but yeah, I love singing. I don't know if I have like the best voice, you know, or even close to it, honestly, but it just makes me happy. We got it! Sick. I was really worried. Pomerola was not the ideal passive to take, especially since we have the shield, because we're not likely to rely on life generation. But it let us stall long enough to get Pentagram. And we'll be able to work towards that evolution, and it basically really does let us just kind of sit still. I think it activates automatically every time we upgrade it, and then it periodically activates. It is a long cooldown. There's a character that starts with it, and it's a long cooldown. And again, early levels, it does work with luck, I think. But early levels, it like, especially level 1, I think it's guaranteed to just wipe everything out off. Like, it's definitely a little difficult to work around. But here's our last Arcana. So we could get projectile speed, duration change, projectile bounds, but we don't have any of those, and explosions. So I guess we'll take maybe duration. Could be interesting. A lot of our stuff like our sword and our wand are permanently going, and I think our bird is also permanently going. So, hey, there's the fire. It looks like little fiery bar. Spew out fire. Makes it very easy. If you get one of those early games, so good. Later on in the game, it's not the most helpful thing in the world, but it's not bad. So level 3, it's a 25% chance not to destroy items. So there, I don't think it did. But the problem with getting Pentagram early, if it is offered to you, is it'll destroy chests and stuff like that. So even if it kills the elites early, it'll destroy the chests. And so you're sacrificing so much potentially early game momentum, and it can make it a little bit dangerous. But at this point, as you can see, I can just walk through everything, and it's not an issue. Already level 80. Nice, level 4. That one also destroyed it. I mean, didn't destroy XP from the looks of it. There's another chest. I could just leave a chest on the ground so that I have the upgrade. But I'm not too worried about it. Also, there's still a chance, I think, that it just gets destroyed by Pentagram, so just pick it up. We'll get another chest. There will be more chests. And I think there was one of my achievements we were looking for was to get level... That one to destroy. I think one of the things we were going for was to get level 99 with Fumarola, so not exactly a difficult endeavor. Nice. Yeah, just been thinking a lot about, like, lately with all my free time on my hands, I've been watching, like, I read manga a bit more than I watch anime just because I am a pretty fast reader. So it's easier for me to get through a manga, and the manga's usually way more caught up anyways than it is sometimes to get through an anime. I was reading, like, the life of, like, Otome games. It's rough on mobs. The others, I've been keeping up with Record of Ragnarok. Very good series. I really enjoy it. I think Fight 7 is supposed to end here on the translation pretty soon. Though I did see the raw scan, so I know who wins Fight 7. Yeah, very good. Trying to think what else. Like, I've been looking really forward to Xenoblade 3. Recently with friends, I've been playing... I picked up we started up a Terraria. The next chest will be our Pentagram upgrade. A Terraria Calamity playthrough. I had to delete the VOD because I can't control some of the things my friends choose to say, and they chose to say some interesting things. One of them did when he joined the Discord. I warned the people that I was in there with, like, hey guys, I am streaming, you know, please be conscientious of what you're saying. But one of them literally just joined the channel at one point and said something real dumb, so I had to delete that VOD, unfortunately. But, and I talked with him about it. I was like, hey dude, like, I'll try to be a little bit more, like, vocal in the Discord if I'm streaming or something like that, because I have just started. But at the same time, like, I also told him, I was like, please don't say stuff like that, you know? Like, I know it's a joke, but he did say something a little bit naughty. I just want to be accepting of everyone around me, you know? Everyone has natural bias and stuff like that, but I know that I've been hurtful to other people in the past. Again, not in the way that was, but, you know, I just want to be better, you know, and do better, and I'm still far from perfect, so. But yeah, maybe I'll stream some of that Terraria Calamity in a bit. I'm not super familiar with the game. I didn't do a whole lot that stream, honestly. It was like a 3-hour stream, and I just kind of sat there and helped out. We defeated like a few bosses and stuff, but I do really enjoy Terraria. Could be a fun game to stream. It's one of those games like Minecraft, though, that, like, I understand that people really like watching it, but I have a really hard time playing it without a group. It's very, very hard for me to get into games like that. Like Minecraft, I understand that it's been, you know, one of the most relevant games ever. Still has a very good following, but I just have a hard time playing it by myself, personally. Let's get this guy. This should give me my Pentagram upgrade, and then we should be full build. As you can see, we've just been getting the option to either get Floor Chicken to heal, or, oh, we got a 3-1 here, or money. And then once we're full build, all chest gives money as well. I don't even open them half the time just because I'm not too concerned about farming gold. You know, I'm not in a big rush. But here it is. You'll see what it does because it activates pretty much immediately. But you'll see a symbol yeah, Gorgeous Moon. You'll see this symbol appear beneath me, and it'll you know, give that little sound cue, bounce a few times, and then once it pops, do the pentagram effect, gives a bunch more XP, and then sucks everything into you. Makes it very easy to farm XP endgame. Makes it very easy to farm gold. If you did this with, like, if I just picked up the Stone Mask instead of Fumarola, though to be fair, we wouldn't have probably gotten Pentagram. If I'd done that, I could have ended up farming a ton of gold. So, getting a build where you're strong enough, doing like this plus the gold mask, I think is supposedly pretty optimal. And when you consider you can guarantee, like, CD art book and gold mask in this particular map, I just think this map's really, really easy, in all honesty. It's where you defeat death. Like, you actually wedge yourself in one of these tables here with the character who starts out with a very big... And she starts out with a very big area increase because she starts out with Holy Water, which drops down and is very inconsistent early game, so you have to make the area bigger, otherwise she'd just die. But you use that alongside, like, Rune Tracer. You wedge yourself up here, and you sit there for 30 minutes and don't pick up XP past, like, level 2. Because Death, when he appears at level 30, scales with their HP. And then you, as soon as he spawns in... Or it spawns in, I don't know. Maybe that's a girl. I don't know. But you basically just bum rush everything. Get all your upgrades instantly. So that Death is still spawned in with, again, HP scaling per level. And it works because all the enemies, you're still level 2 the entire 30 minutes. So they're just dying immediately on your Rune Tracer and Holy Water. Which are still expanded size because you're still such a low level. I don't know what level it shits off. I want to say it's a pretty low level though. But, so it's basically, it's a cheese strat, but if you don't do the cheese strat, it's literally impossible to kill Death. Because even with the shields and like the time stop things, which are almost exactly necessary, you only have to kill one of them, but even if you stall out the current Death by like hiding it around and stuff, more Deaths appear, and they will just murder you. And they have so much HP, like, at my current level, there's no way. Even if I did the perfect build, there's no way. I would get to the point maybe where I had like 3 or 4 deaths. And again, I don't have the time stop, so it'd be very difficult. But if I could get to the point where there are multiple deaths, they just rock me. But that fight is also pretty much impossible. I'm not going to worry about those chests again. I'm just going to collect the Bitcoin bags here. But I feel like it makes the run take way longer if you're going out of your way to collect every single chest once you've hit max level. It's free gold, obviously, because you get the first chunk of gold. You get gold bags for every single item that gives you. And then if you get like a 3 or 5 item chest at the end, that also gives you more gold to begin with. That's the base gold. But I don't know, I'm just not rushing unlocks or anything like that. And it doesn't take too long, at least. Prior to these achievements being added, I was able to unlock every single thing except one of the secret characters, which would have only taken one run. It wasn't interested in getting the character because it didn't sound fun. Some of the secret characters I haven't even played because they don't sound fun. I just unlocked them. Like that blue ghost I was talking about, it's like a red version of that you have to unlock. Like that blue version of the ghost, you have to go to the title screen, and upon booting it up, you have to like type a certain thing really, really fast. And that character I just don't enjoy playing. But maybe if we do stream this game a fair amount, maybe put it on YouTube, I will eventually try maybe every character at least once. But I just figured I'd hop on, maybe grind out a couple of last achievements, and then maybe do something after that. But we'll see. I really enjoyed doing Genshin, but again, it's hard to do a full stream on Genshin. Even if I was spending Primo Gems to get more resin and such, you know, I figured I'd like to do maybe anywhere from like 2 to 4 hour streams for the most part, and try to maybe even do it daily while I'm still out of school and everything. It would be very difficult to squeeze even like a consistent 2-hour stream daily out of Genshin, you know? Whereas Slay the Spire, that's only a couple runs, you know? And although to be fair, my win rate, apparently the average win rate in Slay the Spire I was looking online is like 9%. Mine was like 5%. I was winning one in like 20 when we looked on stream. But to be fair, I was also getting really impatient. And to try to get a good run, what I would do is you can get that perk in consecutive runs or sometimes even just starting, where your enemies in your first 3 combats have 1 HP. So I would constantly just reroll that until I could get enough question mark fights that I'd get a free elite fight. So you could start with a good relic, and that usually gives you a decent start. And so I probably haven't inflated like 50 to 60, if not more, runs on my account than I actually did. But that still counts for your stats, and that's still me being patient if I tried every single run. You know, I know people are saying online they thought if you made the correct decisions everywhere, it's possible to get they were saying like, oh yeah, they think like, oh yeah, like 70% of the runs are possible. The game's hard, you know, no two ways about it. I'm no like expert You know, I'm no internet warrior, you know, keyboard warrior explaining that, like, I'm expert at any game, but, like, Slay the Spire is hard. You know? Even with experience. So, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on the matter. Again, I'm not trying to cause any conflict with anyone. But we only got about another 20 seconds on this run. Ooh, got another fire buff. And then Death's gonna show up and wreck us. Because again, we don't have anywhere. I don't even expect to survive long enough to see more than one death. Because we didn't get the time stop weapon. And that is pretty necessary, although the shield does help. But the time stop plus the shield is almost absolutely vital. We do have revives, actually, from our first starting thing. Yes, I didn't know what to start. Oh my gosh. But as you can see, I'm getting, like, I have 3,300 money. And if I've been picking up every chest, willing to take the extra time, could have potentially gotten more. But here Death shows up. Hey Death, where are you? Oh, he's already on me. You can't even see him because of everything on the screen. But stage completed, and then I revive. And then he kills me again. I have 3 revives, so you're about to see me die 3 times. Hey dude. This is why the time stop's absolutely necessary though, because even with the shield, if you can't freeze him and get away a little bit, try and get him stuck on like a bookshelf or something, you're gonna die. Very, very fast. Yeah, even if we'd lasted longer, he has so much health because we're level 137, and more deaths appear, so you can't just complete the Kaiden. But yeah, we got 5 unlocks here, so find the magic banger, that's what we found. Level 99 with Conchetta, we obviously did that there. Survive 15 minutes, yeah, obviously. Those 3 I was expecting. So fill 80 entries in the collection, okay. Unlock another Banish, and unlock Hyper Mode, so we'd already done that. So some of the other achievements didn't auto-unlock, which is fine. That just gives more. But yeah, we can go to the... That's not the collection. We can go to Power Up and look at some of these unlocks. I could look to maybe get another Banish. Yeah, that's always helpful. And what's nice about this game is you can always refund Power-Ups for free, completely change your build if you're trying to do something specific. For example, I always like to have, like, CDR is important. Duplicator, having an extra duplicator level is super important. Because, you know, 2 more projectiles when you have it on every weapon is crazy good. It's just generally good. Magnet range increase is good. But these are really good. I think the rerolls or the skips, one of the 2, or maybe both, were really expensive. And perks do get really expensive at max health. Maybe we'll just do this. And that was pretty much all our money. Move speed I'm not usually concerned about unless I'm really rushing to do something. Luck I'm not super concerned about. The revival, not super, you know, stuff like that. Like greed, like you could revamp your setup though to do like, say, a greed build. And you would like, say, not worry so much. Well, I'd still probably grab these, but like I could refund my power-ups and just grab like XP, greed, magnet, that, and get rid of maybe might, all this stuff. And then get these, and then just do like a gold farming build, you know? That's what's really nice, is it's not like there's a cost or anything behind it. They made it very much free. There's 7 unlocks still left to get on this game for me right now. So find and buy the glass visor. I have no idea. I'd have to look that up. I don't even know what stage that'd be on. 31 minute in the Gallo Tower. So I have done that. It just apparently, it would appear as though it doesn't count. Same thing with the inlaid library. We didn't quite survive to minute 31. All that would really take is, addition to having the revives, we just need to make sure that we took the time freezing thing. And the shield. And we'd be able to do that pretty easily. Pascalina. I'm trying to remember who Pascalina is. Moongallo. Okay, so for the most part, too. Evolve the Gata, Mario evolve the Shadow Pinion. So there is some synergy that evolves the Gata Pinion, or the Shadow Pinion. I just don't know what it is. The Gata and Mario, I also don't know what the synergy is. I just have to look it up. You can find a really handy, like, 1-page chart for that. Really, really easy to find. So, not too shabby. Let's maybe do one more run. Who was the other character that we needed to get to max level? Or to, not max level, but to level 99. Pasqualina. What does Pasqualina start with? Pasqualina. Some of these characters are really hard. Like this one, you have to go in the Gala Tower. This was the one that you have to type really, really fast at the start menu. This is literally death. You get him by defeating death. Just interesting characters. Pasqualina. Oh, here she is. Projectiles get faster. Have I really not? I think that must have been... They've been adding more and more Arcanas. Because I've definitely gotten to level 99 with Pasqualina before. Let's go here. Arcanas. Oh, so we could do the music selection. Let's see. And let me see. Do I have volume turned down a little bit? But by the end there, it did feel a little bit loud, admittedly. I have it turned down to 4. Let's turn it down to 2. Just wanted to give you guys a feel for the music. But Moonglow, when the moon is red and bright, the remnants of the town swallowed by the sea. I don't think I've ever done this. This might be a new map. That's a little bit better on the volume. A little bit less overbearing. I'm still going to take the 3 revivals. Who are you? You hurt me? Oh. Oh, okay. So on this stage, summons the merchant in all stage. Oh, okay, so I need to save up 10k and just go right here and buy him off. That's just a few 30-minute runs. We'll do that eventually. I wonder if he's just there at the start of every run in this stage. Saying that you have to unlock it in every stage does make me think that obviously he's only in this stage to start with. But this is a new addition since I last played. Let's just level up our Rune Tracer. Very aesthetically pleasing stage, I would say. Let's check our map real quick. It does... what? It's saying that there's just a ton of stuff right here. Oh, that pot kinda hurt. Wait, it's not doing damage? It's giving me like the signal like I'm taking damage, but it doesn't appear to be... Oh! Those are some top tier items just to get for free. I'm not gonna take that, but... Is there just like one of every item just sitting there? Maybe those pots do a little damage. It's not much though. What a neat stage. Armor, I can't tell what this one is. Big is this pot? Why is the pot not destroying? So all wings. Not really interested in anything there. This would be a really fun stage though if you just immediately have access to most of the items, if not all. You just immediately build whatever build you want. I might come back with the crown. You saw how powerful the pentagram was there at the end, but it's not necessarily necessary. Maybe it's just... Maybe it's just the passive items. It appears to maybe just be the passive items, but still, just getting to pick and choose your passive items immediately are very, very nice. Since we did do... well, we need to hit level 99. We do need to go for somewhat of an optimal build. So we will grab Loyal, just to make sure we have that. That's key. I don't think we need to survive to minute 31. I believe it was the Library and Gallo Tower. So we just need to hit level 99. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pick up the crown. And then maybe I won't go for double birds this time. Maybe I'll try something different like garlic or something. But we have pretty much all the passives we could want. The other two will probably just be dedicated to synergies, like early duplicator's crazy good. We do need to upgrade our weapons though, but nothing's really coming at us so far. Seems like a very mellow stage so far. We are already kind of getting swarmed in the library at this point. But yeah, this stage didn't exist when I last played, and this is only 2 patches. They had like, I'm pretty sure it was 6 achievements each time. Like I said, I didn't play this last patch. This newest patch is completely new to me, and then the time before that, I literally just unlocked the newest character, which is the one we just played, I'm pretty sure. So let's reroll and try and get an actual weapon, though, ideally. Because I feel like maybe that was a bit of a waste. That was a bit of a waste of rerolls, but I wanted to get something, which, you know, didn't really, but attract or level don't hurt. Because we're already having a bit of a hard time keeping up. Nothing too bad, but obviously... Let's try garlic. Okay, garlic isn't working as well against these enemies at all, but as you can see, it does ticking damage. Oh, yeah, there we go. To everything around me. Early game, it's the best thing ever. And maybe we should have grabbed Pomarola, because that's what garlic synergizes with. It just falls off really hard. It really does. But it does make the early game hilariously easy for a lot of stages. I know, I saw a YouTube video, I didn't watch it, just happened to see by it, but it was something about, like, doing a no-move challenge, and I have to imagine that garlic is crucial. The problem is, and, like, you would have to have shield, you would have to have garlic. The problem is, an elite's gonna show up and it's just gonna smack you early on. So how do you survive the elite, you know? That was my wondering, because your first couple of elites, you're not gonna have the power or the knockback, I can't imagine, to keep them away. I take that back, maybe this one can't get to me. Out. Yeah, completely no move challenge sounds interesting. Oh, we got 3 upgrades right off the bat. And because we got 4 passive just immediately for free, we have quite a few levels to gain. So, lots of early power here. I would like either Garlic or Rune Tracer. Okay, we got a Rune Tracer upgrade. But let's go for a different build. I still probably will go endgame Pentagram. I don't think I'm going to go double birds though, as good as it is. But these bases, I genuinely don't know what destroying these bases does. I thought I was just getting money, but something flew into me there. But garlic is fun for sure. It is a bit overkill to have gone shield and go garlic and then go Pomarola or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it. But like, you know, it is what it is. I also want to maybe try doing some cursed runs. I know there's an achievement or something for doing some cursed stuff, but cursed basically, I think it increases rewards, but it makes everything harder. And one strategy you can actually do with curse is take a level or two up until where you're comfortable with and then ban it, so you don't have to take max curse. Which is hilarious, honestly. I think the very first stage is where you unlock curse, and you like unlock it, I think by getting to a certain level and surviving with a certain amount of time. You can just look at the achievements list. I'd have to look again. But it was very funny. We should have got Pumarola there, maybe just to guarantee we could get Garlic upgrade, but I'm not super concerned about it. We're going to be getting Pumarola, and then I'm not sure what we want for the last passive, honestly. I could go for just about anything. It also would depend potentially on what weapons we get. I don't actually remember what Rune Tracer revolves with either. Usually, I know in the past not all of them for some reason, but most, like, once you have the weapon or one of them, it'll tell you, you know, when you have the option. Like, you saw, like, EVO evolve with the cross last time, and that's how I knew what I needed to get. I don't know if everyone does that, though. I really don't, so maybe. It's another crab. Oh, Mr. Crab. I was really hoping that the knockback... Yeah, I have no idea how... I'd have to watch that video. I'm genuinely interested to see how he did a complete no-move challenge, because the first couple elites are going to get through your Garlic. And you would have to have Garlic, I think, to survive the early game. It's just not really an option. So maybe you went for, like, a couple levels of Garlics and knockback or something. You would have to have some kind of knockback aside from just Garlic early, otherwise it wouldn't be possible. And it's going to be difficult, too, to get XP gain. You know, obviously you'd want a trapdoor, but if you don't get that, like... I don't know, I just remember seeing that thumbnail. I really should go back, try to find that video and watch it, because I'm genuinely curious. But right now, we really are just relying on Garlic and Rune Tracer, so I'm hoping to get something else good. Maybe we'll try, like, maybe we'll just go straight up for things we didn't get before. Like, a Tractor evolves with... I'm pretty sure it's Holy Water. Duplicator evolves with Lightning Strike. Maybe we'll go for those. We still probably will try and grab one, because we grabbed CDR book early. But maybe we'll just try and match up, get things... These worms can't get through my Garlic, I don't think so. They're pretty ideal enemies. Even if you don't have to move, too, it's still good to move around, just get some of that XP, get closer to other enemies, so... Yeah, let's grab Santa Water. Hilarious name, but... Because that does evolve with the Tract Orb, so we've got Crown for the evolving the potential Pentagram, a Tract Orb for Holy Water, we need Pumarola for Garlic, Shield doesn't get evolved, Duplicator evolves with Lightning, and Wand evolves with that, and I genuinely don't remember what Rune Tracer evolves with. Does Rune Tracer even evolve? Does Rune Tracer evolve? It's been a few weeks since I've played this game. I genuinely don't remember. Maybe Rune Tracer doesn't even have an evolution. I could also just be incredibly stupid, which is probably the case. Like I always say, like, I did really well with music and academics, that doesn't mean I'm smart. Like, I make, just like... My friends always put it in school as like, yeah, you have book smarts, but you don't have street smarts, which, fair enough, you know. I'm really dense when it comes to relationships, stuff like that, other people, but like I said, I just want to be wholesome. And so, that's my goal. Just have some fun. But, I don't really feel the need to get more laurel charges. Let's upgrade Santa Water. Because we didn't pick up Pumarola when we had the chance, and I do want to evolve. If we're going to go Garlic, we need to evolve it. Otherwise, it's just kind of like, why did you pick up Garlic? You know? It's always fun to breeze through the early game. That's what I used to do, but in the late game, it does fall off. Maybe I'll get the book. The book might be good. Kind of help keep things... I don't know if that evolved will keep them just outside of Garlic. With evolved Garlic, the area is large enough that I think it would keep them just outside the center. So maybe we'll try a build like that. And then maybe we could just do a standstill build for later on. Between Pentagram and such. Grab that. I don't think I'm going to go for Axe. I'm not the biggest fan of Axe in general. Axe isn't bad. The problem is it shoots straight up and then falls. And if you get levels, it doesn't really... Yeah, let's grab the Garlic upgrade. It's not so reliable. Hey, we picked up one of the power-ups. The power-up literally looks like a shiny Attract Orb. Like that. And it sucks them all into you. But yeah, let's grab the King Bible. Why not? Periodically, we just send a book to... Oh, I picked it up earlier than I meant to. Oh, yeah, there they go. And it does work with a Duplicator as well, which is nice. Pentagram... I'm gonna grab it. I don't know if it's the smartest thing in the world, because we're gonna erase a lot of XP, and the goal is to go to, you know, level 99. That was basically the entire goal of this run. For this character. And to see the new stage. But I have a feeling we'll be okay, because last time we got it at the end, and we got so much XP that we got to level 100 and, like, 90. I just hate to potentially get rid of, you know, chests and stuff. But it does tick so randomly as long as I don't upgrade it. I mean, so infrequently. That shouldn't be a huge issue, but it appears that right now, Garlic and Holy Bible are working pretty well in tandem. And that's with Garlic only being at level 5, so shouldn't be bad. But as you can see, yeah, we're at the point where obviously the, you know, the elite enemies weren't going to, but even regular enemies are starting to just walk straight through. King Bible. It's hilarious because King Bible has a duration, and then it'll pop out again for a second when you upgrade it. So you can just randomly have way more books than you should, and Duplicator is giving us an extra one as well. I'd like to find the other Duplicator level. That's max level Rune Tracer. I'll look it up later, but I genuinely can't remember if Rune Tracer had an upgrade. I want to say it didn't, actually, but I might be wrong. But I know the shield didn't, unless it was added to these last couple patches, which I don't believe it was. And then, yeah, I had achievements to evolve the drill weapon and then one of the other newer ones. There's Boomerilla. So we're looking for one last passive. We're going to need either, probably the one that evolves with Holy Bible for a last passive, because I don't know what that is. And then we didn't end up getting Lightning this time for the Duplicator upgrade, which is fine. Yeah, there's Pentagram. That was good to see we can still kill those. But I don't remember what Bible evolves with, and it's kind of bothering me. Because again, I know, for things we haven't taken, I know Leaf evolves with Fireball. I want to say Gauntlet is Axe, but I'm not sure if that's correct. I just need to pull up that handy dandy chart. Oh, okay, it's Spellbinder. Increases weapon duration. Good to know. So now we have what we need to evolve once they're leveled. Pentagram, Bible, Holy Water, Garlic. Shield doesn't evolve. I don't think I'm just gonna ignore Rune Tracer. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't, you know. Oh well. So yeah, not really a whole lot wasted. We started with Rune Tracer, so I wasn't working around that. Shield's just necessary. Again, even going with a Garlic build maybe and a regen build, we maybe didn't need the shield, but the shield's just one of those items that I almost always pick up, like, no matter the run, you know? Same with the Tracked Orb. It's just like, if it's available, I'm gonna pick it up. And let's level this. CDR book might be good to level here, but I'd like to work my way towards the... Oh, crabs. Oh, they're going straight through my Garlic. I think we might be okay. Oh, we're not okay. Oh, we're very much not. We're just barely. When the books are active, I think we're maybe we're fine. But they're just barely getting through. Spellbinder giving longer weapon effects could be handy for this as well. I kind of want to try and kill this guy before Pentagram activates and erases him, because we haven't been upgrading Pentagram. It's level 1. So it will erase the chest if it kills this elite. So let's try and focus it down. We are getting to the point where maybe we need... If I upgrade Pentagram here, I think it's going to erase that chest. What is that? I actually have no idea. What? Soul Eater evolved. Oh, we had a... Okay. They changed the art on Evolved Garlic. Yeah, but it steals Heart's power and... Yeah, HP. As you can see, it becomes very large. And now the books can create like a circle around us to protect us. And the Garlic will extend beyond that, so... Maybe Garlic scales better than I thought, but we'll just have to see, because I really didn't think it scaled the best. But I'm just going to stand still and see how long I can do this, because we have evolved Garlic at 10 minutes, almost 11. And it seems to be taking care of everything with the books just kind of periodically knocking everything away from us. And you know what? I'm going to be cheeky. I could grab a... Until it becomes a problem, I'm not going to worry about the shield. You know, might as well increase the DPS so that we don't need the shield. I think that's an elite. Oh, well, maybe I should have gone and picked up some of that XP, because Pentagram just said no. Like, it could really hurt our leveling here in the short run, but again, I'm sure we'll be fine to hit level 99. Pentagram is just so powerful when it's upgraded, with it generating extra XP and sucking everything into you. It's just so good. Weapons. They're not even getting into me. I don't know why I thought that one in the lower right that had been coming was an elite. It looked a little bit bigger to me. Let's go collect some of this XP, though. Yeah, see, when I'm actively moving into them, they have a little bit less time to tick on our Garlic, and they do actually get a little bit closer to me. What's weird about this run, though, is, like, I really don't have anything I'm like control. Like the knife and the whip are a little bit based on what you're facing. The axe again goes above you, then falls down. I'm really not taking any weapons so that actively I'm like, yeah, I need to actually be facing a certain way. I can just stand still and it's AoE. So that's pretty much what I did last time too. So not a huge issue. Not a huge issue. Again, I know this game maybe not seem like a lot of fun when I'm just standing still, but I genuinely enjoy it. And again, it's so cheap. It costs almost nothing to try. It didn't kill that elite. That's convenient. And we got a triple chest, so that's nice. Let's speed up some of our upgrades. I don't think we have the levels on any of our other things to get upgrades, but maybe it'll give us shield upgrades so we don't even have to worry about it. Yeah, shield upgrade to Spellbinder, so effects last 20% longer now because I think it's 10% per level. Plus an additional charge on Laurel. So let's be a little bit more aggressive. We still very much have a level 1 pentagram that is very much going to be destroying everything. And you know what? It's okay if we take a bit of damage because we went for... Oh, no. Okay, that's less okay. But we have Puma for HP, and I believe the upgraded Garlic gives us some HP. I'm not going to test fate. I'm going to stand still. That scared me a little bit. King Bible, sure. Evolved Bible, I think, is what we need to be focusing towards. As you can see, even with a regen build, regen isn't the, fastest working thing in the world. But, yeah, when we were actively moving towards some of these eyeballs, they kind of started to hurt. That's level 8, so next chest should give us upgrade on that. And it basically just makes, like, it's so good. So good. Slowly start moving around for some of this XP. Again, I don't want to move too hard, because the faster I move into them, the less time they have to spend inside my, my AoE. And that's why we took a chunk of damage there, I'd say. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, I thought Pentagram just instantly killed everything. Maybe that got changed, but thankfully it didn't there, because otherwise it would be erasing these chests. Maybe it does just do a bunch of damage. Maybe it got changed. I don't know, honestly. Yeah, that's upgraded. Holy, upgraded whatever it is. Bible. I don't remember what it's literally called. It was King Bible. Unholy Vespers. Never ends, yeah. So now we just have... Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. But as you can see, now we just have a very powerful wall. I might die. Oh, my gosh. Should we start? Let's start upgrading Pentagram. Jeez. But this is what I talk about when I say, like, Garla, we didn't have to move anything for a long time, and even with King Bible synergizing, not, in the literal sense, but synergizing and helping keep things away from us, still a little bit sketchy. I guess and it really does make me wonder again how you do a complete no-move build, because even if you survive the early elites, these enemies are walking straight through the Evolved Bible and straight through the Evolved Garlic and still getting to me. What is going on? Okay. That's concerning. The stages we've done so far didn't really seem to have events. But like on the first stage, the forest, every so often there'll be a little event where like enemies will start to close in around you and you'll fight your elite. What is that? It disappeared? This is... Oh, wow, those visual effects are actually kind of giving me a headache. What just happened? Oh. A what? A what? Excuse me? Did it just take away my items? I'm dying. Wait, what? Should I have been moving right this entire time towards that green arrow? How am I gonna... I have my revives, right? It took away my Arcana revives? So it says that I have all these things? I don't know what just happened. I'll have to look that up. That was interesting. Anyway, guys, I've been streaming for over 3 hours now. I had a lot of fun with the Genshin, though. Had a lot of fun with those couple of Vampire Survivors runs. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream there. Tomorrow, maybe sometime I'll try and stream. I don't know when. Maybe stream the next little chunk now that we know it does unlock tomorrow and not a little bit afterwards for the next part of the Genshin event. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time. Bye.